Àbọrú Àbọyè Àbọṣíṣẹ àṣegbó àtọyìn akọ́dá ayé àṣèbá ṣẹ̀dá àṣèbá tí wáyé ọjọ́ o àṣèbá tí wọ̀ oòrùn Elédùmarè ọba tẹ́rẹrẹ kárí ayé àṣèbá àníkíbà wá ṣe ọ̀ràn mọ níṣẹ́ fàyà tí àṣèbá ọba tó lọ kọrin kése Àjàgùnmàlè olúwo òde ọ̀run àṣèbá mo ṣe Àbọrú Àbọyè Àbọṣíṣẹ mo ṣe ogbó àtọyìn Grand Rising and welcome to another episode of Àṣẹ for today. Nílé lóko lẹ́yìn odi níbi gbogbo tẹ́ ẹ bá ti ń gbọ́ mi mo ṣe Àbọrú Àbọyè Àbọṣíṣẹ mo ṣe ogbó àtọyìn Démiládé ẹ káàárọ̀ Sake ẹ kú ojúmọ́ Grand Rising Adémọ́lá ọmọọba and welcome to another episode of Àṣẹ for today. Ojúmọ́ ire ojúmọ́ ayọ̀ ojúmọ́ ìdùnnú àti àlàáfíà Afọlákẹ́ Ṣẹ́gun Glory ẹ kú ojúmọ́ ojúmọ́ ayọ̀ ojúmọ́ ìdùnnú ojúmọ́ ire àti àlàáfíà ló máa jẹ́ fún wa. Those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for joining us. Ẹ kú ojúmọ́ ire ojúmọ́ ayọ̀ ojúmọ́ ìdùnnú àti àlàáfíà ló máa jẹ́ fún wa. Check if there is date inside it. Mo ṣe Àbọrú Àbọyè Àbọṣíṣẹ mo ṣe Àbọrú Àbọyè Àbọṣíṣẹ mo ṣe ogbó àtọyìn Grand Rising and welcome to another episode of Àṣẹ for today. Tia Love, thank you so much for joining. Ẹ kú iṣẹ́ ẹ káàárọ̀ Fọláṣadé ẹ kú ojúmọ́. As you join in, please click on your screen. If you are joining us on YouTube, let's know where you are joining from. 1 year, Grand Rising, and welcome to another episode of Àṣẹ for today. Keep on clicking on your screen. Debbie Fash, ẹ kú ojúmọ́, ẹ káàárọ̀. Share to as many people as you can. Ojúmọ́ ire, ojúmọ́ ayọ̀, ojúmọ́ ìdùnnú àti àlàáfíà ni o fún gbogbo wa níbi gbogbo tẹ́ ẹ bá ti ń gbọ́ mi láàárọ̀ yìí. Àṣẹ Àbọrú Àbọyè Àbọṣíṣẹ Àbọrú Àbọyè Àbọṣíṣẹ Grand Rising here, Lord. Welcome to Àṣẹ for today. Queen B Esther, ojúmọ́ ire ojúmọ́ ayọ̀ ojúmọ́ àlàáfíà. Those of you on YouTube, Akinye kú ojúmọ́ Joe Mike, Grand Rising and welcome to another episode of Àṣẹ for today. Ayoba. For those of you that sent in messages asking, Iyanifa, we didn't see you for the past few days. Ẹ ṣé gan ni adúpẹ́ o. Black Zestu adúpẹ́ ẹ ṣé. Ẹnìjí Elédùmarè adúpẹ́ ẹ ṣé adúpẹ́. Grand Rising Mena Naya, Grand Rising and welcome to today. Goldie ẹ ṣé gan ni adúpẹ́. A ṣe Àbọrú Àbọyè Àbọṣíṣẹ fún yín o. A ṣe ogbó àtọ́. Mo ṣe ogbó àtọ́ àsúre ìwòrìwò fún gbogbo ọmọ awo tó wà níbí, gbogbo babaláwo, gbogbo Iyanifa, mo kí yín ogbó àtọ́ o. Gbogbo ọmọlé Ajíbọ́lá, mo kí wa ogbó àtọ́, ogbó ẹ̀dán, ogbó alàwòrò lótùfẹ̀, ogbó kọrin kése. Mo kí gbogbo ọmọlé Ajíbọ́lá, mo kí gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Ògbóni, mo kí Terelu, mo kí Tòṣùgbó, mo ní ẹ káàárọ̀ ẹ kú ojúmọ́. Grand Rising and thank you for joining us. Great, thank you for following. Today is another episode of Àṣẹ for today, and those of you that have missed me coming on your on your screen on mornings like this, ẹ ṣé gan ni, thank you so much for sending in messages, finding out how Iyanifa is doing. Ẹ ṣé gan ni o. Mia Yaya, thank you for joining. Great, Adupe Eshe, thank you so much for joining. We're grateful. So I posted on, for those of you that are not on the global Ifa community, you will not be getting messages and instructions and information. Do you understand? You will not get instruction and information. Gizmo, thank you so much for joining. Those of you that are typing, pray for me. Just hold on. When we get to that section, we will pick everybody's request as much as we can and we will make Iwori for you. Thank you so much for sending in your messages. If you are not part of the Global Ifa community, you will not have gotten information that we had a meeting, and because of that, I wasn't able to show up once in a while this week. But adúpẹ́ Elédùmarè pé àti wà ńbí lénìí. Bami Eshegoni Adúpẹ́, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, baby, thank you so much for joining. This is Ìṣ훠ṣẹ for today. This is our daily live streaming where we delve into the Odù Ifá for each new day. Anthony Akínpẹ̀lú, Akínyìn o, Àbọrú, Àbọyè, Àbọṣíṣẹ o. We delve into the Odù Ifá for each new day. Odù Ifá ni ohun ẹnu Olódùmarè. Odù Ifá is the words of Olódùmarè, the compilation of global and universal knowledge that touches on everybody and everything. Ifá contains spirituality, that is what a lot of you know. But more than that, Ifá contains philosophy, psychology, law, commerce, economics, medicine, fashion, parenting, relationship, accounting, business, every other thing about your life. Ifá contains everything that rolls and rules this life. Olódùmarè is the divine and supreme being that created everything we can see now, everything we can imagine, the ones we cannot see, past, present, future, living, and the ones we consider non-living. Olódùmarè created everything. And the instruction for operation of all of those things is compiled together in what we call Ifá, the Odù Ifá. It has been broken down into 256 Odus, 256 chapters, you see. And every one of those Odu has several essays. Research has it that we might have up to 400 essays under each Odù Ifá. That is a whole lot of knowledge. But you would expect that because we say it's global and universal knowledge. You would expect a lot of information in it. And every day on this live streaming, we pick one essay as Olódùmarè directs us, one essay per day to break it down. What was the ancient Yoruba rendering of that essay as given to us by our ancestors? How do we translate it into modern day English so that the rest of you can understand? Now, after we have heard that, do we just stop at that? No, the Odù Ifá is more than just listening and interpreting. We go further to extract the lessons, the blessings, the instructions, the warnings in those essay Ifá. What exactly is Ifá saying? And then we bring out different aspects of our lives where we can apply this Odù Ifá. Because I keep saying, what is the essence of learning Ifá? Reading it, listening to it, if you cannot apply it to your everyday life, and it should make sense. So the Odù Ifá, we break it down to how to apply it to different aspects of our lives. Our finances, our career, our business, our relationships, our health, personal growth, social life, our interrelationship with other people, instructions about our health, and every other good stuff that makes us up. Dear Lord, thank you so much for your gift. These are the things that we learn on Ìṣ훠ṣẹ for today every day. Those of you on YouTube, please, can somebody head over to YouTube and let me know what the quality of the streaming is? Video quality, audio quality. Those of you on YouTube, confirm that the video and audio quality is good. The YouTube channel is Iyanifa Ewa TV. If you're on YouTube, please drop a comment that the audio quality and the video quality is good. Ejo, Eshe Goni. Pauline, thank you so much for your gift. Eshe Adupe. Gift of valor is good. Eshe Goni. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. Our flash goal today, we need 3 gifters to send in their hearts me. 3 gifters to send in their hearts me for today. The algorithm is making this flash goal very easy these days. 3 gifters to send in their hearts me. 3 people. Gizmo, thank you so much for that. Just Mimi, Eshegoni Adupeo, Daddy AM, Naya, wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for sending in your hearts me for today. Gift of valor, Eshegoni Adupe. So we're about to set into another Odù Ifá for today. This Odù Ifá, we have treated it before, in fact twice, but 2 different essays. Remember that I said every Odù Ifá has different essays under them. Bami, thank you so much for that. The essays are like the verses, and the Odù, they're like the chapters. Okay, so it is the chapters and the verses. So we have picked different verses of this Ifá, and we are going to check in another verse again today that we have not dealt with at all. Odù Ifá wo la ń gbé yẹ̀wò lénìí. Those of you in the global Ifá community, what Odù Ifá, where's your brother? What Odù Ifá are we delving in today? What Odù Ifá are we touching on today? Those of you in the global Ifá community, if you have not joined and you are on YouTube, just check in the description box, click on it, it will take you to the global Ifá community. If you are on TikTok, just send a message to the WhatsApp number that will be posted on your screen and then request to join the community. Just Mimi Chick said Iwori Meji. That is the Odù Ifá for today. Odù Ifá Iwori Meji. Queen B Esther, thank you so much for that. If you're on TikTok, please post the WhatsApp number in the comment section. Ẹṣé gan ni. Odù Ifá Iwori Meji, òun l'Odù Ifá tá máa máa gbé yẹ̀wò lénìí. Iwori Meji, call your sister. Odù Ifá Iwori Meji is the Odù Ifá for today. Come. Iwori Meji is the Odù Ifá for today. Iwori Meji, òun l'Odù Ifá tá máa máa gbé yẹ̀wò lénìí. Abundant, ẹ káàárọ̀, ẹ kú ojúmọ́, Odù Ifá Iwori Meji. But before we delve into our Odù Ifá, what is the first thing that we do? Ká tó wọnú ẹ̀kọ́ Ifá, kí ni nǹkan tá máa ń kọ́kọ́ ṣe? What is the first thing that we do before we go into our teaching? What is the first thing we do and why do we do it? What is the first thing we do as ọmọ awo before we go into any teaching? Kí ni nǹkan tá máa ń kọ́kọ́ ṣe ká tó wọnú ẹ̀kọ́ Ifá? Ìbà. And why do we make Ìbà? Why do we start our teachings with Ìbà? Why is Ìbà the first thing that we do? Kí ló dé tó wẹ́ pé Ìbà la kọ́kọ́ máa ń ṣe? Why is Ìbà the first thing that we do? Ìbà la kọ́kọ́ máa ń ṣe. Can somebody tell me why we make Ìbà? Kí ni ìdí tá a ṣe máa ń júbà? Why do we make ìjúbà? Ìjúbà means to give homage. That is what it means. But why do we do it? What is the reason that you do it? What is the end goal when you do it? What are you trying to achieve when we do it? We know that ìjúbà means to pay homage. That is the English translation of that. But what does it mean? I'm sorry, why do we do it? What's the essence of doing it? Why do we have to pay homage? I'm asking you these questions because, like I told you, I'm not just here to give you information and say take it like that. We are here to learn. You need to understand the reason you are doing what you are doing. So as you are doing it, you are able to channel a lot of energy to get the results. Everything about the Yoruba people is deeply rooted in their spirituality. Ìjúbà means paying homage to those that are ahead of you. And if you watch the Yoruba culture is very respectful when it comes to paying homage to people that are ahead of us. So why do we do it? Those of you that are here, some of you have bought the book of Ìjúbà to acknowledge our orishas. Okay. We do it to acknowledge our orishas. Be careful so that you don't. To acknowledge our orishas. Okay. What else? Iyanifa Àbọrú Àbọyè. Why? Another reason. Why do we make ìjúbà? That means you people have not been listening. What's the essence of you waking up in the morning, consuming your data? When you are going to listen to something and forget, you have to know these things. When you make your ìjúbà, you have something in mind. You have a goal you are trying to achieve, to show gratitude. All right, thank you so much for that. Now, the major reason why we make ìjúbà is because everything in spirituality has a hierarchy. There are steps in spiritual things. And the first step, before you can access any other thing, is ìjúbà. It is the key that opens your door into this spiritual path You want to make sure that your Iwori is done. You want your prayers to be answered. You have to start with Ijuba. Nobody is going to listen to your prayers if you have not paid homage. If a child enters into a house, ignores all the elders in the house, and then just goes straight to say, please, I need something, who is going to respond to that child? Nobody. Nobody is going to respond to that child. Can somebody post the WhatsApp number on the screen? Someone said they need to make a consultation so they can copy it. Nobody is going to pay attention to anybody that enters without acknowledging the people that are there. Even if that child is asking question or that person is asking question, as Yoruba people, we will look at them like, mawara leyin, ori gbogbo àwọn èèyàn lẹ́ẹ̀mí by kokiwa, aláìlẹ́kọ̀ọ́. We will look at them and say, look at this one. You saw all these elders, all these people that came before you. You ignored them. Now you are asking for help. This one does not have home training. That is what we conclude. So if you want to be able to access knowledge, blessings, ire of any form, you have to make sure that you pay homage. Queen B. Esther, please copy the WhatsApp number and post it on the screen. So that is the first reason we pay homage. Secondly is to show gratitude. Yoruba says, "Ẹni tó bá dúpẹ́ oore àná, á rí mi gbà." If you show gratitude for what was done to you yesterday, you will be able to receive another one today. Stop going all around. You are messing up this thing. Just stick to where I asked you to do. Once you give homage for what was done yesterday, you will receive another blessing today. It gives you access to multiple blessings because you have acknowledged those that did the one for you yesterday. You have come to say thank you to them, and you have come hands open to receive another one. Number 3 reason why we do it is that we acknowledge these spiritual forces. We tell them that though we cannot see you with our physical eyes, though we cannot experience you with our physical senses, we acknowledge the fact that you are there. Look at the screen. Can you see how dark it is? Exactly. That's what I'm telling you not to do. We acknowledge them and we tell them that we see you, we know you, and we understand the fact that you are there. Even if we don't see you, we recognize you, we acknowledge you. And once you recognize them and you acknowledge them, despite the fact that you don't have any physical interaction with them, they come through for you. So every time we make Iba, understand these things. The moment you have made your Iba, tell yourself that I am able to access things that is beyond just what my physical ability can do. I'm able to access a lot of things that is beyond what my physical senses can actually do. This is the reason why we make Ijuba. And once you do it, every other thing that follows in that hierarchy will follow in for you. Thank you so much, Queen B. Esther. The person that said they wanted a divination, the WhatsApp number is pinned on your screen right now. If you are typing the WhatsApp number, type Iyanifa Ewa in front of it so that anybody that sees it will be sure that it is the one. So we start by making Ijuba. Golden light, anti-golden light, Ekaro, Eko Ojumo, Akinyo. Akoda aye Asheba. Akoda aye Asheba. Asheba ti wáyé ọjọ́. Asheba ti wọ̀ oòrùn. Elédùmarè ọba tẹ́rẹrẹ kárí ayé Asheba, aníkíbà wá ṣẹ o. Òràn ọmọ níṣẹ́ fàyà ti Asheba, ọba tó lọ́kùnrin kése, ọba lánàá, ọba lénìí, ọba títí ayérayé Asheba, aníkíbà wá ṣẹ o. Bàbá àgbà arúgbó ọjọ́ Asheba, akọ́dá ayé Asheba, Asheba ṣẹ̀dá, Asheba wẹ̀dá, Asheba mẹ̀dá, Asheba ọba tó lọ́kùnrin kése, Asheba Elédùmarè ọba kábíyèsí ọba tí ń fọba jẹ Asheba, aníkíbà wá ṣẹ o. Lórígun mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin àgbáláyé níbi tá a ti ń ṣe fá, níbi tá a ti ń ṣèṣẹ̀ṣe, níbi tá a ti ń pe àwọn òrìṣà, Asheba Elédùmarè ọba tó lọ́kùnrin kése, aníkíbà wá ṣẹ o. Ajagunmalé olúwo òde ọ̀run Asheba, olúbíkin ọ̀sán ìbíkin Asheba, àṣèbà àwọn àgbààgbà tó so ilé ayé ró, àṣèbà àwọn tó tẹ̀ ká tó tẹ̀, àṣèbà àwọn tó ṣawo ká tó ṣe, àṣèbà àwọn alálẹ̀ ilẹ̀, àwọn tó lànà nílùú yìí, àwọn tó tẹ ìlú yìí dó, àṣèbà aníkíbà wá ṣe ọ. Lórígun mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin àgbálá ayé níbi gbogbo tá a ti ń pe fásẹ́, àṣèbà gbogbo àwọn òrìṣà. Èní ní ọ̀sẹ̀ Ògún, èní ní ọ̀sẹ̀ Ẹgbẹ́, gbogbo àwọn òrìṣà tá à ń ṣọ̀sẹ̀ fún lẹ́ni aníkọ́lọ́sẹ̀ ó gbà ọ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹ̀yin ìyá mi Ọ̀pàkẹ́ Àlàkẹ́ àṣèbà, ẹ̀yin alágogo idẹ, ẹ̀yin ìyá mi òṣòro wọn nìjà, ẹ̀yin arógbáṣọ má bòtán, arógbáṣọ má balẹ̀, ẹ̀yin olókìkí òru, ẹ̀yin ògbìngbìn tó rìn gbìngbìngbìn lẹ́ǹkùlé ẹni tó bá wù yín, ẹ̀yin tẹ́lẹ́dùmarè gbélé ayé lé lọ́wọ́ pé kẹ́ ẹ máa ṣe àṣèbà aníkíbà wá ṣe o. Ẹ̀yin ìyá mi abiyamọ ọlọ́jà gbọ̀rọ̀gbọ̀rọ̀ ògbẹ́kún ọmọ ẹ̀ta tí wéré, ẹ̀yin abiyamọ ayé abiyamọ ọ̀run àṣèbà aníkíbà wá ṣe o. Ògúnláka ayé ọ̀ṣì ìmọ̀lẹ̀, olómi nílé fẹ̀jẹ̀wẹ̀, ò láṣọ nílé fi mọ̀kímọ̀ bora, Ògún tó lànà fálára, Ògún tó lànà fàjèrò, jagunjagun òdi ọ̀run àṣèbà òrìṣà Ògún aníkíbà wá ṣe o. Bá a ṣe mọ́sẹ̀ wá fún Ògún lẹ́ni aníkọ́lọ́sẹ̀ ó gbà kó má dá sí wa lára o. Ẹgbẹ́ ayé ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀run àṣèbà, àṣemúsòmúsò ẹgbẹ́ o, àṣe àkíkà ẹgbẹ́, bọ̀rọ̀ kíní ayé bọ̀rọ̀ kíní ọ̀run àṣèbà, ẹgbẹ́ wa ẹ wá dúró tì wá, ẹ bá wa ṣe, ẹ jẹ́ kí bá wa ṣe o. Bá a ṣe tìkọ̀lé ọ̀run bọ̀ wá sáyé, àdá wá sáyé lásán, àwọn ẹgbẹ́ wa ló tì wá lẹ́yìn, aníkọ́lọ́sẹ̀ ó gbà bá a ṣe ń ṣọ̀sẹ̀ fẹ́gbẹ́ lẹ́ni láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àní ká má ṣe lásán, káwọn tó láyé káwọn tó nílẹ̀ kó bá wa gbà á láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ìyá mi Ajíbọ́lá Ògbódù ọ̀rà, mo ṣèbá ẹdán, mo ṣèbá onílé, mo ṣèbá ìyá mi Àbẹ̀ní, mo ṣèbá gbogbo ọmọ onílé, mo ṣèbá Tẹrẹlú, mo ṣèbá tòṣùgbó, mo ṣèbá gbogbo babaláwo, mo ṣèbá gbogbo Ìyánífá, gbogbo àwọn bàbá lóríṣà, ìyá lóríṣà, àpẹ̀tẹ̀bí ni o, eléwé ọmọ ni o, ẹ̀yin oníṣègùn ni o, àṣèbà látòkèdókè láì dápá kan sí aníkíbà wá ṣe o. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin olúwo mi àsápè ọ̀la, ẹ̀yin alábẹ́nú àsásí, mo ṣèbá gbogbo àwọn ìyá àbíyè, mo ṣèbá gbogbo àwọn ìyá mẹ́ta, àwọn ìyá dúdú ni o, àwọn funfun ni o, àwọn pupa ni o, àṣèbá yín ìyá ayé aníkíbà wá ṣe o láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹ̀yin ìyá mi àbíyè, ẹ̀yin lèkélèké gbàràdá mọ́dà àbíyè, àṣèbá yín o, ẹ̀yin ìyá ayé àṣèbà aníkíbà wá ṣe o. Ẹ̀yin tó láyé, ẹ̀yin tó nílẹ̀, ẹ̀yin tí Elédùmarè fi ṣe ìkẹ́ ayé yìí, àṣèbá yín aníkíbà wá ṣe o. Àṣèbá bàbá àtìyá tó bí wa, àṣèbá wọn lọ́kọ̀ tó wà wá sáyé aníkíbà wá ṣe o. Níbi gbogbo tẹ́ ẹ ti péjú, tẹ́ ẹ ti ń gbọ́, tẹ́ ẹ ti ń wò mí, mo ṣèbá orí yín, mo ṣèbá ẹlẹ́dàá yín, mo ṣèbá ọmọdé, mo ṣèbá àgbàlagbà, mo ṣèbá dúdú, mo ṣèbá funfun aníkíbà wá ṣe o. Wọ́n lọ́mọdé tó bá júbà òun ló máa roko dalẹ́, wọ́n ní àdáṣe ní hun mọ́, ìbà ò gbọ́dọ̀ hun ọmọ ènìyàn, èmi àti yín ò dáṣe kò ní hun wá láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àwọn tó láyé báyìí wọ́n á dúró tì wá. Ẹ̀kọ́ Ifá míì la tún wá fẹ́ kọ́ lẹ́nu, ọgbọ́n ìmọ̀ àti òye tó wà nínú ẹ̀kọ́ Ifá yìí òun ló máa jẹ́ tiwa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Bá a ṣe ń fi tọ̀tún gbọ́n tó ń dénú wa báyìí, a máa dodindi ni, àwa múre ajé wa, amúre ọlá wa, amúre àìkú wa, amúre ìṣẹ́gun wa, amúre ajé, amúre ọlá àti ọlà wa, ìfọkànbalẹ̀, ìdùnnú, àlàáfíà àti àìkú tí ń ṣe baálé ọ̀rọ̀ òun ni Ifá máa mú wá fún wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ifá orí mi rèé o, àṣeyé ìpà Ifá, àṣeyé ìpà Odù. Ifá torí ẹni tí ò sunwọ̀n ṣe kó bá wa tún tiwa ṣe láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ifá ẹlẹ́rìí ìpín, ìwọ ló ṣẹ̀rí ìpín tá a yàn, wá bá wa mú ìpín wa ṣẹ. Ifá afinimọ̀nà ọmọ aráyé, wá fọ̀nà hàn wá níbi gbogbo tá à ń lọ, ibi tó rí ń gbé wa lọ, kẹ́sẹ̀ wa má ṣì wá lọ́nà níbẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ifá olókun asọ̀rọ̀ dayọ̀, gbogbo ibi tó kù díẹ̀ káàtó sí nínú ayé mi àti gbogbo àwọn tó ń gbọ́ mi láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, ẹ wá bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ wa dayọ̀, ẹ wá bá wa ṣe tiwa láṣẹ pé, ẹ wá bá wa tún ṣe láṣẹ pé láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹ̀yin Aláṣẹkù, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ ṣàwó kù sẹ́yìn, ẹ wá bá wa ṣe tiwa láṣẹ pé o láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Kí bá wa ṣe o. Odù Ifá Ìwòrì Méjì, òun lodù Ifá tá a máa gbé yẹ̀wò lénìí. Bami or Bami, I don't know how the pronunciation goes. Àmọ́ ẹ ṣé gan ni a dúpẹ́, thank you so much for your gift. Kelly FT, thank you so much. Ibi tẹ́ ẹ ti mú jáde, ọwọ́ yín ò ní kàn sàlẹ̀ àpò láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọ́n ní àbùdí ní tolókun, àbùdí ní tọlọ́sà, bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń bù á máa dí fún yín ní láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ire owó, ire ọlá, ire ọlà òun làwọn ọmọ aráyé máa fi gbé wá fún yín lódindi ní ìlọ́po láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹ wá ní ṣe lásán, ẹ ní kábàámọ̀ pé ẹ ṣe. Àwọn tó ṣàwo kù sẹ́yìn wọ́n á ṣe tiyín láṣẹ pé láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹ ṣé gan ni o, àdúpẹ́. Queen B Esther, please help me post the WhatsApp number again. Type Iyanifa Ewa in front of it. Osas Blessed, ẹ kú ojúmọ́, ẹ káàárọ̀. Talk and do, akínyìn o, mo ṣe ogbó àtọ̀ yín. Ẹ jẹ́ ká bọ́ sínú ẹ̀kọ́ Ifá tá ní lénìí. Let's dive into the Odù Ifá for today. Wọ́n ní Odù Ifá Ìwòrì méjì, òun lodù Ifá tá ń gbé yẹ̀wò lénìí. Odù Ifá Ìwòrì méjì. Ìwòrì méjì ni Odù Ifá tá ń gbé yẹ̀wò lénìí. Who can write the code of Odù Ifá Ìwòrì méjì? Keiza adúpẹ́ gan ni ẹ ṣé o. Odù Ifá Ìwòrì méjì. Who can write the code for Odù Ifá Ìwòrì méjì in the comment section? Odù Ifá Ìwòrì méjì. What number is Odù Ifá Ìwòrì méjì in the order of the Odus? Ẹ jẹ́ ká yin Ifá. Babaláwo akínyìn o, ẹ kú ojúmọ́, ẹ káàárọ̀ o, mo ṣe ogbó àtọ̀ yín o. Odù Ifá Ìwòrì méjì is the third Odù Ifá in the order that Ọ̀rúnmìlà gave us the 16 major Odus. Èjì Ogbè lákọ́kọ́, Ọ̀yẹ̀kú méjì lẹ́ẹ̀kejì. Odù Ifá Ìwòrì méjì, òun ni Odù Ifá ìkẹta. Odù Ifá tí a máa kà báyìí, I will read it in Yoruba and translate in English. Ifá ní àtìlé ọkọ délé ọkọ kì í jẹ́ kí ọmọ kékeré rí èrè ilé ọkọ jẹ. Adífá fún Ẹjàdá Ọ̀rọ̀lú ọmọ Àmẹ̀kànṣẹ̀tẹ̀. Òun ni kó lè bímọ, òun ló ṣe wá dáfá sí. Wọ́n ní yóò bímọ tí ó bá lè rúbọ, tí ó bá dẹ̀ lè tẹ̀lé èèwọ̀ tí Ifá fún. Ó ní òun yóò rúbọ o, òun yóò sì tẹ̀lé èèwọ̀. Wọ́n ní kí ó rú eku méjì, olúwéré, ẹja méjì, abo adìyẹ méjì, ewúrẹ́ méjì, àbámúrédè àti ọ̀kẹ́ mẹ́rìndínlógún owó. Ó dẹ̀ gbọ́ ó rúbọ. Lẹ́yìn tí ó rúbọ yìí tán, wọ́n ní kò gbọdọ̀ kúrò lọ́dọ̀ ọkọ òde yìí torí pé ṣíṣí tí ń ṣí kiri ni kò jẹ́ kó tètè rọ́mọ bí. Ó faramọ́ ìwọ̀ yìí, kò kúrò nílé ọkọ rẹ̀. Oṣù kẹrin lẹ́yìn ìgbà tó rúbọ ló bá lóyún, ó sì bímọ náà ní wọ́ọ́rọ́wọ́. Ó wá ń yin àwọn awo, àwọn babaláwo ń yin Ifá. Ó ní bẹ́ẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ ni àwọn babaláwo ṣe ń ṣẹnu rere yin Ifá. Àti ilé ọkọ kan délé ọkọ kan kì í jẹ́ kọ́mọ kékeré rí èrè ilé ọkọ gbé. Ogbó àtọ̀ o, àsúre ìwòrìwò fún. Those of you that understand Yoruba, you already know where we are going. Odù Ifá yìí ó kọ́ wa pé bí obìnrin bá ń lọ tó bá ń bọ̀, tí ò bá para rẹ̀ a sì pọkọ rẹ̀. Kò tọ́ kí obìnrin máa ṣí kiri láti ilé ọkọ kan dé ilé ọkọ míì. Yorùbá bọ̀ wọ́n ní ọkùnrin kan obìnrin kan kì í bímọ tì. Nígbà tí obìnrin bá kọ́ iṣẹ́ ṣìnà, tí ọkọ náà sì ń ṣàgbèrè, báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ rí èrè ìgbéyàwó? Wọ́n ní kí obìnrin má kọ́ iṣẹ́ ṣìnà, kí ọkọ rẹ̀ má ṣàgbèrè. Bó pẹ́ bóyá Elédùmarè yóò fi ọmọ ta wọ́n lọ́rẹ. Kódà níwọ̀n ìgbà tí aya àti ọkọ náà bá ń jẹ èrè yìí, wọ́n máa jẹ́ délẹ̀ ni láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àṣẹ. This Odù Ifá is talking about a woman. Let's read the Odù Ifá in English. Odù Ifá says, a woman that is constantly going from one husband's house to another husband's house. That is what prevents a young woman from enjoying the benefits of her husband's house. This was divine for Ejade Orolu, the child of Àmẹ̀kànṣẹ̀tẹ̀, who came because she wanted to have children. That is why she came to consult Ifá. Now let's see what Ifá says. They said that she would have children if she performed the sacrifice and also adhered to the taboo that Ifá would give her. She said she would perform the sacrifice and she would adhere to the taboo. They told her to sacrifice 2 live rats, 2 live fish, 2 chickens with eggs inside each of them, 2 goats with red spots, and 18 kola nuts with 16,000 cowrie shells. She performed the sacrifice and she completed the sacrifice. They told her she must not leave her current husband again, because it was her constant wandering from place to place that prevented her from conceiving quickly. She held fast to the taboo. She did not leave her husband's house. In the 4th month after the Ebo was performed, she conceived, she became pregnant, and she gave birth to her child safely. She began praising her babalawos. Her babalawos praised Ifa. She said, "This is how my babalawo spoke blessings to me through Ifa, saying, a woman who constantly moves from one husband's house to another will be prevented from enjoying the benefit of her husband's house. But the one that stays, the blessings will not pass her by this time." And I stayed and I received the blessing. Àbọrú, Àbọyè, Àbọṣíṣẹ. Now, what is the wisdom we can draw out of this Odù Ifá? This Odù Ifá teaches us that if a woman keeps going and coming, if she doesn't discipline herself, if she does not ruin her life, she will ruin the life of her husband. It is not proper to be constantly wandering about from one husband's house to another. Yoruba says when one man and one woman come together, they must surely conceive. When a woman stays put and does not misbehave, and the husband also does not commit adultery, and they are both seeking children, surely in Elédùmaré's time they will be blessed with children. Moreover, as long as the mother and the father are good people, their children will also reap the benefit of their good decisions. Ifá ló sọ ọ́, kò ṣe mí o. That is the Odù Ifá for today. Now, tí ẹ bá lọ dá Ifá, tí Odù Ifá yìí bá jáde fún yín, if you go and make a divination and this ese Ifá comes out, Ifá is telling you that your wife will surely have children, irrespective of what the fertility doctors has said, irrespective of the results of your medical test. Ifá is saying your wife will surely have a child. And if this Odù Ifá was divined for a woman, Ifá says she will surely have a child. But Ifá says she has to remain in the place where she is. That current husband she's married to, that current wife is married to, that is the person with whom they are going to conceive. Ifá also says that both of them should not misbehave. They should not step out of their vows. They should stick to the vows of their union, and the blessings will come. Not only the blessings of children, but blessings that will be able to be passed on from one generation to another. That is what Odù Ifá says. It's not me that said it. Wọ́n ní ẹni tí ó bá wá béèrè fún oníbéèrè tó bá wá béèrè Ifá yìí, Ifá sọ fún wọn pé ìyàwó rẹ yóò finú ṣoyún, yóò fẹ̀yìn gbọ́mọ pọ̀n. Ifá ní tó bá dẹ̀jẹ̀ pọ́kọ ni tó bá yẹ kóbìnrin la dá fàyè fún, Ifá ní wàá foyún inú ṣoyún, wàá fẹ̀yìn gbọ́mọ pọ̀n láìpẹ́. Ifá ní kẹ́ ẹ rí i pé ẹ ò ṣàgbèrè. Tẹ́ ẹ bá ṣàgbèrè, ẹ bímọ, kò ń ṣọmọ nìkan lẹ máa bí, ire gbogbo á tún tàn yín wá láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Mo ṣe ogbó atọ́ àsúre ìwòrìwò fún gbogbo ọmọ awo tó wà níbí. Mrs. O forever, ojúmọ́ ire o. Ifá ti sọ̀rọ̀. Dr. Yomi, ẹ káàárọ̀, ẹ kú ojúmọ́. Ifá ti sọ̀rọ̀. Ifá ní àtìlé ọkọ kan délé ọkọ mi, òun ni ò kì í jẹ́ kọ́mọdé rere ilé ọkọ. Going from one place to another, kẹ́ ẹ máa ṣí kiri bí ẹni tí díẹ̀ nígbóná. Ifá ní kò dáa. Now, let's come from the angle, let's see what Ifá says. Ifá told the woman that you will surely have a baby because she came in search of conception. Some people are coming in search of one blessing or the other. Now, this can relate to so many other things aside from childbirth. Ifa says, because you have not stayed consistent in one place, by the time you are here, you are putting in effort, shortly before the blessings start to come, shortly before the harvest starts to come, you have moved away again. You have now become Barbara the builder. Bob is a man. As Pe, you are a woman. Let's call you Barbara the builder. You will build this man's life. Before the blessings start coming in, you are already angry. You have gone somewhere else. You will go and build with another person again from the scratch. Before blessings start to show, you have left. You have gone somewhere else. If there was a blessing attached to helping men build their lives, I'm sure there will be a separate Odù Ifá for you alone by yourself to receive blessing. Àmọ́ Odù Ifá yìí sọ pé kò sèré ńbẹ̀. Odù Ifá yìí sọ pé òwò àdánù ni. If there was a blessing attached to building with Femi, building with Emeka, building with Ahmed, building with Jackson, building with Anderson, building with Chin in different places, if there was a blessing attached to it, maybe we would have prayed for you and made Iwori for you that Ifa will bring that blessing. But as it is right now, Ifa says there is no blessing in it. The reason for no blessing is because you are not waiting for the things that you have invested to mature, or you are investing in the wrong place. Ifa ni kò sèré ńbẹ̀, òwò àdánù ni. Ifa said it is fruitless effort. Now, two things Ifa told this person. First one, Ifa says make ebo. Second one, Ifa says there will be a taboo. Now, what Ifa divination or Ifa ceremony or Ifa, how do I put it? I don't want to ask this question in such a way that you understand it. What Ifa process do you go through that gives you taboos? What Ifa ceremony or Ifa process do you go through that gives you taboos? Àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ wo la máa ń gbé nínú Ifá tó máa fi ń ka èèwọ̀ fún wa? Irú Ifá wo la máa ń dá tó máa fi ń ka èèwọ̀ fún wa? Ìtẹ̀fá, 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 Ifá Igbódù ló máa ń dá tó máa fi ń ka èèwọ̀ fún wa. It means that whoever it is that this Odù Ifá comes out for in Igbodu, ẹni tí Odù Ifá yìí bá bí, the Odù Ifá of this person forbids them from going from one husband's house to another. The Odù Ifá of this person says, before you pick a husband, before you pick a wife, make sure that you are certain this is the person you are going to spend the rest of your life with every other thing being equal. Even when there is inequality and imbalance, go to Ifa to find out how to fix it. If you are a woman and this Odù Ifá breaks you, except your husband is the one that throws you out of his house, that says go back to your father's house, that goes back to return your bride price, that carries your load and go back to the people that gave you to him and say, take your daughter, I'm not doing it again. You do not, you cannot. It's only Ifa that can instruct you otherwise. Iyanifa, does that mean if this is my Odù Ifá and your, the man starts to misbehave or you make a mistake, does that mean you are stuck there forever? That is why I said, when the structure of Yoruba spirituality was being laid down, Olódùmarè made it compulsory that we should do Àbọṣíṣẹ for our children by the third day, day 3-day-old. To find out if it's this Odù Ifá that comes out during Àbọṣíṣẹ for your child, you already know. You will hammer it in the mind of that child. Have boyfriend like you want to. But you see, when it comes to having husband, you do not have the privilege of going from place to place, choosing and discarding. Now, imagine that you have come to Ifa as an adult woman, and this Odù Ifá comes out for you. And you are currently unmarried. You are lucky, you are favored because you have received instruction ahead of time. But if you are married and you are happily married, make sure that you continue to be happily married. Do everything within your power, physically, spiritually, mentally, morally, financially, everything you can to make sure that that marriage continues to be happy. Ìwọ ló dáfá fún ọ. You are the one that has the taboo. It's not your husband though. Sit down and communicate with them. Okay? You see this marriage, there is no, you see the door that is here is sealed and is closed. And if they love you, they will walk on that journey with you. But if you received it at a time that you have already left, Ifa will tell you, go back and see if you can make peace with that person. First of all, we will check, is that person the one that was supposed to be for you? If Ifa says yes, go back and make peace. If it's impossible to make peace, then you go back and ask Ifa that this is the point where you are right now. You have done what you could do, but there was no way to amend it. Ifa will now give you the instruction of how to move forward. But you do not have that. You do not have that opportunity. You do not have that privilege. You do not have that so many options to be going from one place to another, because you will lose the blessings. You will lose the blessings that comes with marriage and that comes with building with somebody else. Ifa says àtìlé ọkọ délé ọkọ ní kì í jẹ́ kó ọmọ kékeré rí èrè ilé ọkọ jẹ. Èrè ilé ọkọ is more than just having children. Moving from one man's house to another, from one husband's house to another. Some of you will say, Iyanifa, we are not married though, we are just living lovers. Ilé ọkọ yẹn kọ́ ló wà ní. You are already in ilé ọkọ. You are already doing wife duties. Mr. Dayo P1, Eku Ojumosa, you are already doing wife duties. Because he's paying your house rent, you are there playing wife. Because this one is one that is paying your school fees, you are there. You don't know that you are shortchanging yourself. Yes, you will receive the immediate pleasure that comes with it. You will receive the immediate money that comes with it. But the real blessings that comes with partnership, please call all of them. The real blessings that comes with partnership, that comes with sacrificing your life to build with somebody else, you will not have it. Because your destiny does not allow it. Your destiny does not allow it. Akpetebi Anifa Loyin Eku Ojumo Akinyo. Ifa says you shouldn't be with your, if Ifa says you shouldn't be with your partner now, but you've spent so long with them, what happens? You are the one that will determine what happens. You want to obey Ifa, or do you want to continue to count time? What happens moving forward is your choice. Ifa has spoken and you have experienced. Now you go back home and decide what you want to do. Just like Ifa said to her, wọ́n ní yóò bímọ tó bá lè rúbọ tó sì lè tẹ̀lé èèwọ̀ tí Ifá bá fún. Ifa says, you will have a child if you can perform this ebo and adhere to the taboo that Ifa gave you. It is you that you will choose whether you want to adhere to it, whether you want to follow the instruction of the Ifa. That one is left to you. So whatever happens after them is between you and your Ifa, between you and your Odù. Mrs. O forever, Eshe Goni. The WhatsApp number is pinned on your screen. So you need to understand that if this Odù Ifá births you, there are certain things you cannot do. Which is why I said you can be looking at your other friends. You know they said Funi Berry. This Odù Ifá has to come out for you before it can apply to you. It's either it comes out for you in an Idafa, in an Ishefa, or in Itefa. If it comes out for you in any of these divination, Ifa is advising you for your own good, don't do it. Other people might be doing it and it will work for them. Their own Odù Ifá allows it. Their path and their journey in life is already going to take them from one place to another. It's part of their journey. It's part of their destiny. Orí tóyàn, ìṣẹ̀dá tóyàn ni pé ọmọ mẹ́ta, bàbá mẹ́ta ni. Orí bórí ṣe kọ́ ni, àyànmọ́ ni, kò lè tàsé. There are certain people whose ori is like that. Their Odù Ifá will tell them that you will have children early in life, but you are not going to have a husband to settle with until later on in your life. It's their Odù Ifá that said it. It is the destiny that they have picked. Which is why I said one of the most dangerous things that religion sold to us is the idea that there is one jacket that fits everybody. Is the fact that there is one instruction that fits everybody. No. You need to find out the one that works for you, to make sure that you are not doing the same thing your twin sister is doing, but you are shortchanging yourself. To make sure that you are not doing the same thing your parents taught you to do, meanwhile is working against your own destiny. She came because she was struggling with infertility. Ifá says adultery and stepping out of your marital vows is the reason. Who would ever have thought that adultery could be the reason that someone will not be able to conceive? You would have thought that going from one person to another should increase her chances of having a baby, just in case the man she's with is the one that has a problem. Ifá says no. In this case, you go back and stay within what your Odù Ifá has told you. Stay within the borders that your Odù has created for you. Don't step out of the boundaries that you picked by your destiny. You picked it yourself. Stay within that boundaries and see what Ifá is going to do. See what Elédùmarè will do. See how life will turn out for you. But how then do you even know the boundaries that is supposed to be when you do not know the Odù Ifá that birthed you? Mr. Dayo P1 asked the question. He says, does it apply to fertility issues only? Okay, Bami was the one that asked. No, it doesn't apply to fertility only. This person came in search of conception. Listen to the first line of that Odù again. Àtìlé ọkọ kan délé, àtìlé ọkọ kan dé ilé ọkọ kejì, ní kì í jẹ́ kọ́mọ kékeré rí èrè ilé ọkọ jẹ, èrè gbogbo èrè tó wà nílé ọkọ kò lè jẹ. English translation says, a woman constantly going from one husband's house to another is what prevents a young woman from enjoying the benefits. Not only conception, the benefits. There are different benefits that comes with partnership between a man and a woman. There are different benefits and blessings and ire that comes with marriage. A whole lot of them. But if this is your Odù Ifá and you are going from place to place, oh, you cannot. Sit back and look at it. Look at the previous relationships that you are into. Can you beat your chest and say, although that relationship didn't work, these are the benefits that I got from it, substantial benefits that I can still see today. These are the wonderful things I encountered in that relationship that I can still beat my chest to, that it is the benefit that I have today. Some people went into some relationship, just 3 months. The woman got pregnant. And it's been 16 years, 20 years down the line. And that is still the only child that she has. Every effort to have another child, she does not. Is she going to look back at that 3-month relationship and not be grateful to Olódùmarè that she met that person and she was able to conceive? Different strokes for different folks. Some people will look back at 20 years of marriage, nothing. Even the children that came out of the marriage, àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n fi ń dààmú èèyàn ni wọ́n. They are children that are constantly stressing their parents out. If they could turn back the hands of time, even the children that they had, they will not have them in that relationship. Because you did not have any business going into it. But you cannot know if this applies to you if you do not know the Odù Ifá that birthed you. We can teach Ifá generally. We can apply Ifá generally. But more than that, you need to understand how Ifá applies to you as an individual person. You are not general maths. Your life is not general market in the game of words. You are not a community project. You are an individual. with a distinct and different destiny, unique fingerprints that spells you as you. No other person can duplicate that. Yet you go through life and treat yourself like just one in the crowd. Oh, I'm one of 7 children. You are not one of 7 children. You are an individual by yourself, going on to live life by yourself, to achieve results that is you. You need to know what the rules and regulations, the boundaries and the borders of your life. You need to know what it is. In the process of copying this friend, because your husband has not been showing up financially, yet you heard that, he just got promoted at work, yet the money he's giving you at home has not increased. You tell your friend, she tells you, that's the way my ex-husband did. That's the way my ex-fiance did. And I left him and I found somebody else. And you too, you leave your husband with the hope of finding somebody else. Will you find? There are so many other people to find. But what if genuinely, when your friend left her ex-husband, she got into another relationship and things started blooming for her? Nobody can deny the existence of that. What if that is her own destiny and her own path? What if that is not your own? And then you follow them and then you leave and you are here today. You have tried 5 other people after them. At age 50, you are sitting down and you wish it has worked without your high school boyfriend. I've met a lot of elderly people in their 60s, 50s, 70s. When it comes to love and relationship, the best is in their past. They wish they had stayed with that person in their past, at least based on their experience. That is the best that life has brought to them. And it was all because you didn't know. And I don't blame people. There is no way you would have known that person you left is the one that is supposed to be. But you should have been guided if you had this instruction and this information. See, I need us to normalize the simplicity of Ifa. Ifa is very simple. It's like you have manual and you can troubleshoot. You buy a device, a television, and then you have the manual to read. How do I plug it? How do I do this? What am I supposed to do? Don't place it on the floor. Don't place it near water. Keep out of the reach of children. You have all of that in the manual. Easy to understand. It's not that complicated. It's not that hard. They said if your TV is showing error 234, remove the plug and fix it in again. Let it cool down for 30 minutes. Restart it. Reboot it. Someone said instead of waiting on the Lord. Reboot it, restart it. All of these things are there. And if you encounter anything outside of this, call customer care for help. It's that simple. But you need that manual first of all. You need that manual. Especially when it comes to joining another human being's life with your own. That person has their own destiny. You have your own destiny. 2 of you are coming together. Union of destinies. You think it is not okay to ask if you can pair them together. You have bought an iPad and you want to buy headphone. You think it's not okay to find out if you can pair this headphone with this one. Your headphone is built to work for 5 hours, 10 hours, 20 hours. Your iPad is built to play for just 1 hour. Then you now buy headphone, so expensive, because it can play for 10 hours, you buy it. iPad that you are going to connect it to can only play for 1 hour. Don't you see that you are shortchanging yourself? Because once 1 hour is done, this iPad will shut down. The remaining 9 hours that you have paid for, you cannot enjoy it. You cannot. The benefit of what you paid that extra for, you cannot have it. Why? The two of them don't align. It doesn't mean the iPad is bad. It does not mean the headphone is bad. It just means they do not fix. That's what you are trying to do with a lot of relationships you are in. See, forget all of this social media relationship advice. Let me explain something to you. The person that is giving you advice on social media about marriage and relationship, that person is speaking to you based on the capacity of their knowledge. Latoya, when you ask a question, please hold on. You don't need to spam the comment section with the same question. Just hold on. If I'm pausing at every time everybody brings up a question, we will miss what we are talking about. Your life and your destiny is different from that of the next person. You are on social media listening to relationship advice. That person is speaking to you based on the capacity of their knowledge. I don't care how many years they have read book. It is still the limit of their knowledge that they can voice out to you. Now, is that knowledge accurate? Let's say 75%. Can everybody apply that knowledge? No. It cannot work for everybody because we are all coming from different parts of life. We all have different destinies. A man is a provider, a man is a provider. If he cannot provide, he's not meant to be a man. He cannot be a husband. 50-50 is not the ideal relationship. That will work for certain people. It will work for certain people. There are certain women in this world. Orí àtẹlẹ́dà tí wọ́n yàn, èrè ọkọ ló máa jẹ, ọkọ ló máa ṣe fún wọn láti jẹ. That is their own destiny. Ìṣẹ̀dá tó yàn nìyẹn. There are some women, ìṣẹ̀dá tí wọ́n yàn, ọkùnrin bí obìnrin ni wọ́n. Àbí obìnrin bí ọkùnrin ni wọ́n. Wọ́n ní tí ò bá sí ìdí à kí ń po obìnrin ní kúmólú, àwọn ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Obìnrin kan tó ń gbàdọ̀bálẹ̀ ẹgbẹgbẹ̀wá ọkùnrin, àwọn ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. There are some women who are destined in this life. They have come into this life in form of a woman, but they are the exact description of what you will call 200 men in one. Their destiny is not aligned to the fact that one man is coming to provide for them and save them. They will have been providing for millions of people before they even meet the man. That is anyomoti won. They are not looking, they are not princess in distress. They are queens of kings. That is their destiny. So way 50, we cannot do 50-50. They are not even thinking about 50-50. They are telling their PA, plan ahead. My man and I will be going on 3 vacations this year. Pay for the vacation, pay for the hotel, pay for the ticket. They are paid for it already. The man already knows, oh, my woman can pay for that. He decides to say, okay, you know what? Before she thinks of fixing the car, let me change her car. They are both doing it. Nobody is calculating nothing. They have way too much than to sit down and be calculating. You are spending $200 on a date. You bring on them, me I bring on them. No, I'm going to bring 50. I'm going to bring 70. They can buy the entire restaurant that the date is on. They don't. It's not. That's the least of their problem. So you see all of this. I'm not asking you not to get advice from people, but make sure that as you take that advice, it aligns with your own life and your own destiny, which you need to find out. It is done through a ceremony or a practice that is called Itefa. You need to find out the Odù Ifá that breathes you. You need to find out your own destiny. My friend will say, I don't need money from a man. I have enough money to take care of myself in this life and the next life. What I need from a man is loyalty, commitment, consistency, to be able to show up. That's what some people need. That for them is more valuable than money. So when you are talking about a man has to provide, it does not match their life. That's not what they are looking for. A woman that is spiritually strong, I mean a woman that represents Òrìṣà Ògún in every form that it is. A woman that represents àwọn Ìyàmí in every form that she is protected on all sides. She does not need a man to come into her life to protect her. Gbogbo ìgbà irúnmọlẹ̀ tó ń bá ṣiṣẹ́, they are protecting her already. Her ẹgbẹ́ are actively protecting her, physically and spiritually. She does not need a protector. What that kind of woman needs in a relationship is different. She needs company. She needs affection. She needs attention. She needs truthfulness. She needs a man she can trust. She needs a man that she aligns with. A man that will help her fulfill her destiny, and she will help fulfill his own destiny. Èrè tó wà nílé ọkọ is different for every one of us. The blessings and the gains in marriage differs from one person to another. You will meet some women or some men at the point in their life where they already have children coming from their previous relationship. They don't want anymore. While you are going into marriage to be able to give birth to 7 children, they have already had enough children in their lifetime. They don't want it. Èrè tó wà nílé ọkọ is different from one person to another. While you are testing to make sure that your partner is fertile, his sperm count, sperm mobility is good, she does not care about none of that. She's not seeking the same thing you are seeking. She's not bothered. So you need to understand that we are at different points in our lives seeking different things. Mr. Dr. Yomi said something. The issue of marriage is a mystery. Except the person has done it early in life, most people in this state will have missed it by terrible experiences. Exactly. But do you know the consolation of Ifa? And one of the reasons I stuck with Ifa is that irrespective of how you have missed it, irrespective of the mistakes that you have made, the moment you come to Ifa, Ifa ni atori eni tí ò sunwọ̀n ṣe. Ifa is the one that fixes the ori that does not look well, fixes the part of your destiny that doesn't look well. They did not say Ifa ma tún orí ẹ ṣe if you find Ifa early in life. At any point you find Ifa, Ifa remains atún orí ẹni tí ò sunwọ̀n ṣe. At any point you find Ifa. Olódùmarè understands that we will all come in at different points. You see, now that you have found Ifa, sit down, do your Itefa and ask the questions. How do I fix it at this point? Tí ilé ọkọ yẹn ò bá ṣe dúró sí, Ifa sọ fún ẹ. Ifa will tell you the sacrifice and the appeasements that you need to make. I think it was about 3 years ago we did Itefa for a woman in Ekiti. The Odù Ifá that came out for her said, Koma fi ọwọ́ ara ẹ̀ kó ẹrù jáde nílé ọkọ. She should not use her own hands to pack her load out of her husband's house. Because the moment she does, is like she's removing herself from the contract of blessing in this life. And she attested to it that the day that she did, it was like everything called blessing and goodness just shut for her. Meanwhile, when she described her experience in that marriage, if you are her, even if you are her enemy, you will tell her to leave, because as the enemy that has church mind, that has good mind, you will feel like, I hate you, but you are not supposed to suffer like this. This one is too much. Even as her enemy, you will advise her to leave, because you still have a little bit of God-fearing elements in you. She narrated it, but it did not change the fact that after she left, she experienced the same thing her Odù Ifá said she would experience, despite the fact that she has not known anything about her Odù Ifá at that time. And then she was crying, Iyanifa, so what am I going to do? What's the next step? I said, it's not me. We ask Ifa. It's not Ifa that spoke to you now. I cannot help you. Just let's ask Ifa. And we sat down there and we made a divination. Ifa says she should go back and make peace with the man. Apparently, the man has married somebody else and he has a beautiful family. Right there and then, she called. The man picks the call. They had a conversation and she's like, I'm not apologizing to you. because I want to come back into your life. I'm not coming to be a second wife. I'm not breaking your home. But I need you to understand the fact that despite the way you treated me, that step that I took was wrong. And I need you to accept that for me. I need you to forgive that for me. I need both of us to be at peace and understand the fact that we both made wrong choices. The call went on for hours, and she came back to summarize that the man too experienced a lot of hardship after he left, and he had to go and make some things right, blah, 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 blah. And they sorted it out amicably. I forgive you. I take it as both of us were not ready to handle what was in front of us. We were ignorant at the time. I pray for you that you go on and find somebody of your own and blah, 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 blah. And when she was done, while she was doing all of that, we were doing all the other ebos and etutu that came with it. And we sat down with her Ikin and we made a divination. This is the situation of things right now. She cannot go back to that man. This is the situation right now. She can't go back to that man. What does Ifa ask her to do? What is she supposed to do in this type of situation? We made the Odù Ifá, and Odù Ifá said she should do this sacrifice, she should do that sacrifice. Ifa will bring somebody else along her way. And these are the XYZ instructions. In fact, the Odù Ifá says she has met that person casually, but the person has not said anything to her about a relationship. A couple of months down the line, Iyanifa, I think it's this person, I think it's that person. We checked. Ifa says she should go ahead. Because the condition attached to it was her blessings in life. The blessings of her life is attached, strongly attached to marriage for her. They did everything as fast as they could. Give or take 6 months after the Tefa, blah, 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 they were married. You know when client tells you certain reviews and testimonies and you sit down and you yourself as an Iyanifa, you are almost envying the clients. Iwori, your life is looking as if Irumole just wake up in the morning and stretch their body and say, oh yeah, let's continue with her. It looks like if I will just open their eyes and set it on you alone. Are you the only one in this life? That was her experience back to back. She will come in with this review, come in with that review, come in with this, come in with that. The man that she was married to at that time, of course, he saw the wedding, whatever, on social media, congratulated her. The man jokingly told her after a couple of months that it looks like this your own marriage brought extra blessings for me, because I don't understand why just after you got married, I also started seeing certain changes in my life. See, it's not that hard. If I will fix it for you. We did ÌṢÄŠE for a woman, I think it was 2 months ago or something. I streamed it live. I'm not sure if the person is on the live streaming today. If I talked about that too. In her own case, she's not even in communication with her ex. The man does not even want to hear anything, despite the fact that they have a child together. Ifa says she should hold on where she is. Don't even think about marriage now. To change and to adjust this thing that your destiny has changed, it will take time. You see, right now, focus on yourself and your son. Just focus on that yet. Come back and find out later. If I did not give her any option of, oh, you can find another man. If I says for right now, focus on yourself and your child first of all. You can come back after this your ceremony we have done. After 1 year, Teban Shodun fine, and you can come back to act. But for now, just focus on yourself and focus on your son. And I told her, if I said focus on yourself, so you want to try this relationship, try her. Iyanifa, does that mean because I miss that man, I will not find someone else again? I don't know. What Ifa says is what I'm telling you. Can you actually enjoy being single and focus on yourself? She was like that, as her son is about 20-something. And the man left her, or the two of them separated when that boy was 6 months old. For that 20 years plus in between, no relationship has worked. And if I still said, you are staying with yourself, oh, focus on yourself. heal yourself, build yourself. Maybe in 1 year time, we can come back and ask Ifa again. It is different things for different people. But will Ifa give you something that is significant? Yes. It's just been a few months. And I know the changes that has gone on in her life by consistently focusing on herself. Like now she's doing it consciously. There is something she needs to learn. There is something that she needs to grow. She has been living in the shadow of, oh, I'm raising the child alone. Oh, it's just me. Oh, marriage is not working. She has been living in the shadow of that for 20 years. She has shortchanged herself in so many different ways. Ifa says it's time for you to find yourself. This 1 year, focus on yourself first. We are not promising that man will come. But stay with that. Different people, different things. So it doesn't matter at what point you are. When you are learning about Ifa or you come to Ifa, Ifa has the guidance for you in every step that you take. Dr. Yomi also said religion has done a whole lot of damage in the life of most people, especially in the area of marriage. Abandoning our own tradition that has worked for us to adopting a religion that destroyed. Yeah, that is very, very true. Let me see the questions on YouTube. Somebody says patience, intention, and consistency, and grounding, accountability. You see all these things put together. If you can actually do it, it goes a really long way. Oh yeah, Chief, you have promised to do ԻΣΕΦΑ, but you have been busy. Please, Sumaya, remind me again. And we will have included it in all these other ones we have been doing. I forgot, it's not even that I'm busy. I actually forgot. Would have done it alongside these other ones, but not to worry. We'll still have another set. Just remind me. Sumaya said this particular subject has you in chokehold. You see this thing about marriage. I'll say something here. Let me scroll up and read the questions, particularly the one that what's her name, Latoya sent. It comforts me to know and acknowledge it at this time. That's so comforting. Yeah, if I meet you at every point you are, and you will never go to a babalawo and say, your case is doomed. Rara. If I Latoya, the question you asked, okay, how long does ԻΣΕШΕ take to align? How long? Oh, I don't know how to answer that question. How long does ΙΣΕШΕ take to align? Latoya, please, can you ask your question again? What exactly are you trying to ask? When you say how long does ΙΣΕШΕ take to align? It does not. There's so many things that I think you are trying to say, so many different things, and I don't want to assume. So ask that question again. What exactly are you trying to drive at? Where is the question coming from? If you give me context, I will be able to help you. So you see, how long does it take to walk? Okay, let me say this. I always say this. In Ifa, there is no general question of how long does something take. We're talking 8 billion people. Ifa welcomes all the 8 billion plus people on this earth. Now we're talking 8 billion people coming to do Itefa or Ishefa or Idafa, and then the question is how long does it take to work? So the question you are probably asking is how long will it take to work for you as a person? That's what you are concerned about. You are not concerned about every other person. Now, how long is going to take to work for you as a person? It is your babalawo that will be able to answer that to a certain extent when they are doing your Itefa or your Ishefa, and here is what it is. You are coming from a different depth that you yourself don't know. Some of the ebos and itutus you are doing right now is fixing something that is deep down. It is not for you. It might not be fixing something on the surface. Now, take my children, for example. Some of my children were born after I started doing Ifa. Even those that were born before. I have spent the last 10 years correcting a lot of things in my life, in their life for them. constantly doing ebo and etutu for them. Their Ifa, their Orishas, their Egbe, constantly. Every time I find a spiritual recipe that can work for children, I give it to them. Take this herb, bath with this soap, learn this, do that. They are constantly here every morning. They are all seated here, listening, learning. Now, if they step out in life to do Odù Ifá or to do a spiritual work about something, you are not expecting it to take the same time frame to work in their life than it to work for a child that has nothing, no spiritual experience at all. In fact, their own parents or grandparents, great-grandparents have been involved in a whole lot of things. As that child is doing ebo, it is going into their past to fix something. Call your sister. Going into their past to fix something. But is the ebo working? Yes. Is the etutu working? Yes. Meanwhile, for my own children, they are building on things that have already been built. As long as they are following the instruction, life will start to look for them like it is effortless. It starts to look for them as if Ifa is working for this person so fast. You don't know where they are coming from. You don't know what their backstory is. So to answer your question, how long does it take for you to start to see results? It depends on that individual. It depends on the area of your life that you are fixing that thing for, or that you are trying to fix. Which is why generally people say be patient and watch how the thing goes. It's not so much about being patient because we're gaslighting you into, oh, just continue to do it. No. For every time you do it, can you see the screen? For every time you do your ebo, it is working for something. You are the one that now needs to go back to the Babalawo or the Iyanifa that helps you do it to say, this is how far I've come, this is what I've done. What has this one fixed? Where are we going to? What are the things that are left? Do you understand? Now, let's go back to this Odù Ifá. There is one other thing I'm going to mention about marriage, but let's go back into our Odù Ifá. The lessons, warnings, and blessings and the instructions of this ÌṢÄŠE Ifá. One major lesson, Ifá says stability in marriage and home life is essential for fruitfulness. Stability in marriage and home life, irrespective of what your Odù is. Everybody needs stability. Everybody needs stability. Put your hand straight like this, so that it's showing on top of it. Everybody needs stability. In your marriage, in a home, you are bringing children into a home, you have to make sure that you are creating, as much as it depends on you as a human being, create a stable environment for them. Now, this advice, you might take it, you might not take it. This advice goes out to single parents, parents that are raising their children alone and they are trying to go into another relationship. Please, as much as you can, protect your children. Create an environment for your children to not be involved in the back and forth drama that comes with trying relationship. There is nothing wrong with you meeting somebody today, going out on 1 or 2 dates with somebody. If it doesn't work, you let it go. It's okay. You are bound to experience 1 or 2, 3 or 5 of that on your journey as you... It's showing on the screen. You are bound to experience 1 or 2, 3 or 5 of that as you are going on your journey to settle down in marriage with somebody else. But make sure you are creating stability for your children out of all of that drama. If you are in a marriage that is up and down right now, as a parent, as 2 parents that are raising children, I'm not asking you guys to force yourself to like each other. That's on you. You are adults. But I'm speaking on behalf of the children that are a part, that are a product of that relationship. Make sure that you are putting the stability of your children first. You guys made a choice to be with each other. They didn't choose you. They didn't choose the drama that you guys are creating or that your union has created. Stability is very important. For those of you that are co-parenting, co-parents, who paid you to be acting Nollywood drama? Who is paying you? Who promised you Oscar awards for the drama you are constantly creating? You people have already fought and fought and fought and drama. You have separated, you have divorced. It's okay. Why can't you just find a middle ground to raise children? Kilo shele. Why? Why must every conversation in between you be fight? Are you not tired? And if you guys still love each other, just come together already. It's okay. Nollywood is not going to pay you. Hollywood is not going to pay you. Bollywood self is not seeing you. But the drama you are creating, you need a separate Grammy for it. Does it always have to be like that? Must you throw shade with every conversation? The battle of ego. Must you throw shade with every conversation? Your mama should be on more day. Must everything be a fight? Can't you people just do these things and let these children be happy? A couple of days ago or weeks ago, I was watching a movie and there was a scene in that movie. I think it was The Good Doctor, yes. The girl had been in the hospital and every time she comes to the hospital, I mean, she's fine. Nobody sees anything wrong with her. But she keeps saying there's something that is constantly wrong. So she doesn't want to be discharged from the hospital. Eventually, when they had to speak to her to say, you know what, physical medicine doesn't see anything wrong. And they brought in a psychologist or something. And she said, the only place that she sees her parents together, happy and focused on her, is when she's in the hospital. Because at that time, their ego and pride is not coming into play. And they looked at each other and they said, you know what, if we come together, are you going to be happy? She said, no, I prefer you guys divorced. You guys fight the most when you are together. But when it comes to me, can you guys just be calm and be happy when you are around me? I'm not asking you people to be together. I don't want you to be married. But when both of you, when it involves me, can you just be calm? Can you have conversations about my next summer project without blowing off? Because she thinks that it is because of her that they are like that. You guys are already separated. You are not seeing each other every day. But every conversation had to be. And it took me into deep thought about what co-parenting can be. If you know you guys cannot stand the breath of each other, it's okay. The one that is going to send him money, send him money. It's better for you not to show up in the life of that child than to be showing up with drama and fight every day. It's not good. Create stability. Odù Ifá says it. Stability in marriage and home is essential, even for your own mental health. I have friends, the moment they see the call of their ex-husband, baby daddy that they are raising a child with, oh my God. Like their heart literally starts to skip several beats. I don't know what drama this man is going to bring up again. The first hello, Kilo share, what's wrong with you? I've been calling you for 3 minutes. You didn't pick up the call. That's why you cannot find a husband. That's why I could not stay with you. I told the lady, I said, must you talk to this man? Must you talk to him? Every time he calls, what exactly is he calling for? He wants to know the welfare of the child. Can you just, the moment you see the call, can you turn on the pad and put your child in front and let him speak to the child? You guys don't have to have a conversation now. Because me, I cannot. What's this? The man will curse her out. The man will say everything. If she breathes too much, that's the reason she cannot find the man. If she calls 2 times in the conversation, that's the reason she cannot find the man. It's not supposed to be that hard. Co-parenting, focus on the children. Is that okay? Constant movement, distraction, and lack of focus delays destiny. Now, away from marriage, Ifa says constant movement here and there, distraction, lack of focus, it delays your destiny. You start a business here today, you cannot even be calm for the business to pass 5 years. You alone in 2025, you started real estate, you started importation, you started coaching, you started buying and selling, you went into fashion. You alone. It's not that you are increasing your streams of income, it's distraction. Some of you have spiritual ADHD. This is no shade to people that have that condition, and I hope that if you do, you are getting all the help that you need. But some of you don't know that spiritually you have it. You cannot focus. You have to be here and here, and you cannot get anything out of life like that, which is why in the physical and health state, it is tagged as a condition that needs help. It is not considered normal in that sense. It's a condition that you need help with. Spiritually, some of you are experiencing it. You need help. You cannot stay somewhere. Your village people are just always after, once you have done something, you are tired, go to somewhere else. Just when you are close to the blessing, something will annoy you. Somebody will discourage you. Somebody will dangle something else in front of you. You will jump there again. Now you have spent 5 years jumping here and there. You cannot. It is you influencing. It is you streamer. It is you gamer. It is you TikTok shop. You are selling everything there. You cannot boast of $1,000 from all of this plenty thing in a whole year. Meanwhile, some people stayed with just one. Their destiny pointed them to that one. They stayed there and they are succeeding there. But you are just everywhere. Every new coach that pops up, you follow them. Same thing in your physical health routine. You are trying to lose weight. You are on this person's page. You are on that person's page. This one says eat 3 eggs per day. The other one says you have to eat 17 white egg. This one says don't add jollof rice. I even saw one person recently. If you eat jollof rice, you cannot lose weight. Somebody will say you can eat it, but in the right proportion. You are neither here nor there. At the end of the day, 3 years has passed. So 1 pound you have not lost, 1 kg you have not lost, 1 inch you have not lost, and you are saying it is all these coaches are scam. All this weight loss thing is a scam. It's not a scam. You are the one that has just chosen to be everywhere. Find out where Ifa wants you. Find out where Olódùmarè has created your destiny and stay there. Grow there. Expand there. If you have any challenge on that, journey, go back to Ifa to find out. Some of you have become, what do I call it? Self-initiated priest. You are the priest of your own life. The moment I find this in a man, I'm leaving. I'm not asking you not to identify your red flags, but I'm saying as you have identified your red flags, can you come to Ifa to say, this man I'm with right now, he does this, he does that, anger issues, this one, that one. Ifa will tell you what to do. I would always give my story as an example, as much as I'm able to share with you. My partner that I'm with, if you are looking for somebody that should be enrolled in anger management class, at the time that I met him, you will pay free for him to attend the class, because what? Any little thing would be. And I'll be watching him like, because I'm a spiritualist and because I deal with people, I understand people a lot. I can tell to a certain extent where a lot of things are coming from. I'm on a journey in spiritual psychotherapy. So I see certain things. I looked at him and I said, this your anger, this your boiling, it's not coming from the fact that you are angry. There's something in you that you are trying to cover up and defend, and you just want to scatter everything so that nobody is able to see that thing. I saw it. But also as a human being, it wasn't the place I wanted to be. He had this phrase that he used to use when I first met him. I don't give people second chances. No, but I cannot give you a second chance. If I tell you something once, you have to. I'm looking at him like, Oga, if we did not give you 25 chances, are you going to be where you are? But I did not say that. I'm just looking at him from afar with this one. I went back to Ifa to say, see. Ifa told me that this person has any imatete binu, but it's not to this extent. I sat down with my Babalawo, we did the divination. This person, I want to know where this their anger issue is coming from. What's the problem? It's not normal for somebody to just be flaring up like this. Kilo shele. And because he has done his Itefa, and I have his Odù Ifá, we broke down that Odù in depth, and we found out where the thing was. It was more about childhood trauma. And that day when we were having a good conversation, I asked him questions. And it's like, I don't like these questions you're asking. Are you going to let us talk about the uncomfortable things, or you just want us to be pretending and smiling that we are fine and we are in love? And it's like, where is all this going? I don't know, but I'm going somewhere. Can we go on that journey? And I was able to find out all of those things. And I pointed it out to him. See, this is the reason this is happening. Let's start by healing this first of all. I'm not going to be here to talk you down. I'm not going to be here to yell at you. I'm not going to be here to call you names and make you feel bad for what you're doing. I'm here to understand, why are you like that? Why are you doing these things? What are you dealing with that you're not speaking about? Now let's see if I alone can help you. If not, we probably have to get a professional. And by the time we broke it down, it was something that I could help with. And I'm looking at it right now. Is this not the same person that will say, I cannot give anybody a second chance? I don't say it in his face, I don't laugh at him, but I can see the changes that has happened. I can see the changes that has happened. I can see the growth. And Ifa says, don't worry, you can do it. And dealing with that, those childhood traumas, dealing with those issues, mommy issues, daddy issues, whatever issues, it helps in other parts of their life that you do not even know. So instead of you to have, oh, I'm living here, I'm jumping out of here. There are certain relationships that if I will tell you that you should leave, oh, let me just tell you the truth. Not because that person's case cannot be fixed, but because that person is not even in a place where they want to accept their problem, let alone fixing it. And it is not your responsibility. You are not Holy Spirit that is going to convince somebody to change. The person still needs to learn their lessons in life. If I will say, leave this person now, you see where they are? Life is going to teach them sense, and you don't have to be a part of that journey. And if I will tell you to move on. But there are certain times if I will tell you to stay. You see this one is worth all the effort. Stay. And you will stay, you will see the results. And you will really, really see the results. So what I wanted to say earlier, I said I wanted to tell you something about marriage. The moment you find out that the person you are supposed to be with is good for you, one thing, ask Ifa. Ifa says that person is good. Secondly, you have to make sure that that person too is on the same page with you. They also see you as good enough for them. They also want to be with you. You know you are the only one that has come to do a divination. The moment you find out that Ifa says this person is good for you, make sure that it is the same way. I would always advise, before you go into any marriage, if you have not done Itefa before, do it. If your partner is open to do it, do it. That's your best bet. You don't know how that thing saves a lot of things. I have a way of breaking down Iyanifa, you must have noticed. I do it if you come to do your Itefa or your ÌṣÄṣE with me. Those of you that have, you see all the information I list out for you, pages. My partner and I do that a lot. We look through the breakdown of my Odù Ifá, look through the breakdown of his, combining both Odus together. We have also broken it down to see where the problems will be, where the challenges will be. The last time, a few months ago, that we had some heated, I will not say heated argument, but things were just going in a funny way. Me, I'm not somebody that jumps into calling people out of their names, dealing with a situation as that situation. Oh, he yelled at me, he shouted at me, he insulted me. I'm not going to deal with yelling at me, insulting me. I want to know, why did they do that? Why did they yell? Why did they shout? Why is that the way that they are expressing themselves? I want to know that. Maybe because I'm a spiritualist and I know that life is just more than the surface level. I want to see what is happening at that back. Before somebody stands on the street and carries a placard and say no to the government, I want to know what their experiences are. I just don't want to answer you on the surface to say, okay, no, yes. Can I know why you are carrying that placard? Can I know how the government is actually affecting you? Can I know what part you two are also? Can we normalize knowing that and finding out things like that about people that we are relating with? It helps you. And you don't know yourself in the fullness of it, and your partner does not know themselves in the fullness of it. Olódùmarè is the only one that knows us in the fullness of who we are. And the words of Olódùmarè, the voice of Olódùmarè, the way Olódùmarè communicates is Ifá. Normalize it. That day, it happened the first day, it happened the second day. By the second day, I'm like, this is not looking normal. I went into the write-up I had done for my Odù Ifá and his own, and I looked at it and I saw certain things, and I did a screenshot and I sent it to him. I said, look at it, Ifá has already said this and this, and he was like, I gave him time to process it, and he called me back. He was apologizing. Now let me tell you, when I first met this man, he does not say sorry, even if he feels he has done something wrong. I mean, when you see a man that is acting like that, there is something underneath that is wrong. There is something. Oh, he's just his ego. He's too prideful. Something is informing that ego and pride. Find out. He will never. Sorry. How? He said that he was like, I am sorry because I did this. I wasn't supposed to have reacted like that. The words that I chose, I wasn't supposed to direct that towards you. He picked out everything, not just to come and say, I'm sorry. Picked out everything one by one. And I'm at the other side of the phone. I'm like, wow. I said, I appreciate the fact that you are saying this. I acknowledge that you are apologizing for this, and it means that these things are wrong. Okay. Can we talk about these things that are wrong? What is happening? And then he started to talk about, you see, life has just always been like this. People have just always treated me in this kind of way, and I don't like it. I'm like, okay, have I treated you like that? He took some minutes and he said, no. I said, okay. I apologize for how people have treated you in the past. I apologize for how this is the only way you have been able to make your voice heard. But that's not me. So we need to talk about, how do we unpack that and heal that? I got all this from the Odù Ifá. A lot of you don't know. Your Odù Ifá will give you all of this. Unfortunately, a lot of you are doing your Etefa, your Ishefa in places where they just give you your Odù, and that's all. A few was here and there, that is all. There is no help to how to apply it to your life. I don't understand why you will go through the process of Itefa. That thing is physically rigorous, emotionally rigorous, especially if you are non-Nigerian, non-African, or you did not grow up in this part of the world. And it is expensive. And you will go through it only to say what? The name Ifá gave to me is this. My Odù Ifá is this. I have 3 taboos. That's all. What has changed since they started calling you your Ifá name? Since they gave you that Odù, there is so much information to unpack in that your Odù Ifá. So much information. So much information. If you do your Itefa with me, I am always updating it. I was speaking to one of my clients, female, that I did her Itefa for her. What was that, her Odù Ifá? That morning, I helped her to analyze a few more things, and I sent it to her. She sent me a voice note and she was crying. She was like, just this morning, I was on chat GPT asking, how do I handle this part of my life? Because there was nobody else to talk to, nothing else to do. I'm like, so why didn't you call me? I'm your Iyanifa. She's like, Iyanifa, I don't want to stress you. You are not stressing me. And everything I sent in to her, they were answering questions that she was going to ask AI. You can do Itefa only once. You cannot do Itefa more than once. You can enter into Odù only once in your lifetime. ԻΣΕΦΑ is the one that you can do in different places. Like, not like you are supposed to do it often, but you are given the allowance to repeat it in case anything goes wrong. I beg you again, it's very important, particularly with marriage. So I said the first thing, find out, be sure that that person, Ifá says that person is for you. Find out that they also align with you. They are also ready to go on this journey as much as you are ready to go. Every step of the way, check with Ifá. Every step of the way, check with Ifá. Both of you can start out good. He did his own divination, you did your own. Best case scenario, Ifá says both of you can work together. Somewhere along the line, that person can just choose to say, you know what, I no longer want to be this person that aligns with you. They are human beings and they can choose, either knowingly or unknowingly. They might meet certain friends that now start to lead them in another direction in life that does not align with you. You will start to notice the changes. Sit them down, speak to them, talk to them. If that is not working, come to Ifá and find out. Iyanifa, this man that you said is the one, everything has been nice, so I just started noticing that some things are moving funny. Ifá will ask, this person has started working in the company of wrong people. Sit down with your partner, talk to them. If they listen, it's okay. If they don't, you go back to Ifá again. It will get to a point where Ifá will tell you, see, it's okay to leave them. That's their life. That's the way they want it. And Elédùmarè allows us as human beings to choose what is okay for us. And they have chosen to go on another path that they think is best for them, that does not align with you. That doesn't make them bad people. It doesn't make you a bad person. It just means you have become different people and it's okay to go on your different paths. So in Ifá, there is no such thing as, Ifá has told me to marry this person. It has to be forever and forever. You want it to be, you are working towards it, but two people are involved. It's a constant everyday decision of two people. And you are not, no human being is raised to control another human being. Now, as you have a marriage that is working and you are making Ifá divination, make sure spiritually you are investing in your marriage. Make sure spiritually you are investing in your marriage. You see this part? There is a lot of misconceptions around it and there is a lot of overlooking of it. Misconception in the sense that when people come to say, oh, I want to protect my relationship spiritually, people have termed it as you are spiritually manipulating or controlling somebody. That's a different thing. But putting spiritual protection around your relationship is your responsibility. The way you are physically protecting that valuable object that you have, that's safe. The way you put the code in such a way that it is not crackable, protect your relationship like that. Exactly, sir, both parties. You are in that marriage, dear man. You are in that marriage. It is also your marriage. That is also your home. Normalize doing spiritual work to protect it. Normalize receiving spiritual instruction to protect it, because that marriage is more than just union of two physical bodies. It's union of two spirit, soul, and destinies. The enemies that you have, quote and unquote, the negative forces that is coming against you is not only physical, it's also spiritual. Oh, I cannot protect any man. Any man that wants to be protected he will protect himself. Nobody can keep a grown-ass man from doing something. No, I'm trying to understand where that idea even came from. You can protect your woman from getting involved in an accident by making sure that the brakes of her car is fixed, by making sure that her car is working properly. If you try to drive your wife's car and you notice that the engine light is blinking red and the brakes are not properly in check, are you going to leave that car for her to drive and tell yourself, if she wants to be alive, let her be alive. If she wants to be unalive, let her be unalive? You are not going to do that now. She's your wife. She's the mother of your children. You see your wife about to eat something that is going to expire. You say, she's a grown woman. If she likes, she should check the expiry date. You are not going to do that. So why would you now say, if a man wants to, nobody can keep a man. If a man wants to be kept, he will be kept. You can keep a man, you can keep a woman. Yes, they have to want to be kept. That is why I said, first of all, make sure that as much as you are aligned with them, they are also aligned with you and they want the same thing. We have said that before. The moment you have established that you guys are on the same page, see, I'm coming to put my best into this, make sure they are also coming to put their best into it as much as it's humanly possible for you to get that information, physically and spiritually. Get it. Can I have a cup for this? And after you get it, protect your relationship spiritually. Protect your relationship spiritually. You and your man, you and your woman made a vow. The world did not make a vow with you. Open it properly, open it properly. The world did not make a vow with you. The vow to make sure that both of you are together, both of you are together functioning as one person, is a vow that you both made. The world outside there did not make a vow with you. So the world does not owe it to you to keep you people together. The world can tear you apart. There is no law that says the world cannot tear you apart. There is no law that says negativity cannot tear you apart. They are not under any obligation to make sure that you people work. So that single girl in your husband's office who have always wanted to catch his attention, she did not make the same vows that you made. She's not committed to that relationship like you would. So when they go about saying, see, and now this is not me saying single people should be irresponsible when it comes to marriage. They are supposed to respect the institution of marriage. They are supposed to respect a married man and say, oh, this is a married man, it's a no-go area. But who did they make a commitment to say, as a single girl, the moment I turn 18, I commit that I will not intrude in anybody's marriage. I commit that I will make sure that I don't. They did not make that commitment with anybody. They did not make no vows with anybody. They are adults. As long as they are adults, the law says they can consensually engage with anybody. As long as it is two consenting adults. But you are the one that made vows. You are the one that has something at stake. So you will have opportunity to protect your relationship from external parties. Because TikTok said, you don't know that those people that are coming to give you TikTok, as you're doing this thing, please check the screen and see what's there, please. Check it and be sure what is going on there. You don't know that a lot of these people that are giving you this advice, you don't know that a lot of them, they are behind closed doors fixing their life, coming to tell you, you don't need to do this. It is your responsibility to protect your relationship spiritually. Some things are beyond what you can physically do. Protect it. It was part of custom and tradition when our ancestors were practicing wedding, to do what we call bonding. In Yoruba culture and tradition, we don't have vows. We don't exchange vows. We don't have ring that binds us together. Spiritual bonding is what we had. There were certain things that the husband and wife would do that is a bond between them. that keeps them within that union, that stops them from betraying each other. Yorùbá máa sọ pé lọ́lá àyà ìfàyàkànyà, ẹni tó bá dalẹ̀ ó máa bálẹ̀ lọ. There is a spiritual, how would I put it? There is a spiritual force and bond that is created when you use this your chest, place it on somebody else's own in form of intimacy. And it's not only physically that your chest is connected, emotionally and spiritually your heart is connected. Anybody that betrays such a union, the person will go with the earth. If you know what it means for somebody to go with the ground earth, 6 feet under, either physically or spiritually. These are the practice our ancestors had. Things to protect them. Protect your relationship. Especially in this time and age where the world seems to be angry with people that are married. The backlash that married people are getting. I didn't know that a time will come when married people will be, especially married women. Hey, pick me. They have picked you already because you are married. Life is more than marriage. Somebody is married and the person is happy that they are married and they are rejoicing and they are singing, finally, finally, the Lord has done it finally. And you, a grown adult that use money to buy phone and use money to pay for data and use money to pay for power, you will now set ring lights and be talking about, can you imagine? A woman is rejoicing that she married. What is there in marriage? This world is constantly not liking the idea of being married. People are angry with this institution. So if you have entered into it, do your best to protect it, because back in the day, village people, envious friends were the only things that people had to deal with. In-laws. Nowadays, you are dealing with people on social media. The negative energy that they channel towards certain people's relationship, they don't need a devil to back them up. Their energy and their power is enough to split the couple. Protect what you have. If it means anything to you, though, protect it spiritually. There are different spiritual things that you can do to protect your relationship. When you have a man that comes to you as a woman to say, please, let's go to the Babalawo, let's go to Iyanifa, let's go and do bonding. You see that bonding that a woman places on her husband, please place it on me. That man knows that he needs help in this life. He has looked at his wife and looked at the children of the evening of this life, if you know what that means, the children of the dark time of life. He has looked at those children and he knows that, if they leave me alone, I can be lost among these children. They will come with their wife to say, Iyanifa, please, we need that bonding. Let her be the one to do it. I don't even want to know about it. Whether they are going to put it in food or whether it's during intimacy or they are going to tie it, just make sure that I am able to stay with this woman. A man literally came to me to say, please, Iyanifa, I've heard of so many things that they say when a man sees another woman, his manhood do not function. I'm not asking for that. But I'm just saying, is there any spiritual work that will make me see every other woman around me the way I see my sisters? You do not want to, you are not intimately attracted to your own sister. And I looked at the woman and I said, there are very few good men on earth. You happen to have picked one of them. I looked at the man and said, you see that your destiny you are trying to protect by not wanting to mess around with random people. Ori will protect it for you. Elédùmarè will protect it for you, because it takes an intelligent and matured person to be able to say, you see, there is problem outside. Can you protect me from it? Just help me, because me by myself, I cannot. It's not, see, he's not doing it because of the woman. No, you think he's doing it because he doesn't want to cheat on his wife? No, he's doing it because he has realized that he has a future and a destiny that is growing. And all of this, let's say, they will just destroy it in a jiffy. They don't have anything to give to him. He has a focus, he has where he's going. I've said this thing before, I will say it again. I don't know why we're stressing on this. If the only reason your partner will not cheat on you is because they love you. My husband loves me, he can never cheat on me. My husband respects me, he can never cheat on me. Auntie, you are in trouble. Auntie, you are in trouble. If that is the only reason that man will not cheat on you, because he loves you, he cannot love you 24/7. What of the days that you do things that makes you unlovable? What's going to happen? Make sure that the reason your partner is not going to step out of your marital vows is because they respect their own destiny, because they know the side effects and the repercussions of joining themselves to random people, and they know that it will affect their own life, not you. They know how it is going to affect their life and everything they have been growing with their own life, not you. It is not a you thing. You can go. I told my partner, I said, I want you to look away from the fact that I'm Iyanifa. I'm a human being. So don't say, oh, my wife cannot do this, she cannot do that because she's an Iyanifa. The reason I will not do it is, see, look at where I'm coming from. No, let me remind you of my story, where I'm coming from. Look at what I invested in myself to get here. I will now step out with one random man whose energy and spirit is able to scatter. How? No, as how? Do you know how long I've been raising 5 children by myself, and the world is sitting down like this to watch you see? Let's see what those children are going to amount to. I will now allow 5 minutes of enjoyment to ruin it, possible. Or I will say it because my husband cheated on me too, I'm going to. It's not about you. Guy, I love you, but it's not about you. This is about my life. This is about the knowledge that I have, that I've gathered in Ifa over the years. This is about me understanding the effect that can have on you if it goes wrong. It's like a child is saying that, if they fall sick, their mother and father is the one that is taking them to the hospital, their daddy will spend money, their mother will not be able to go to work. Then because of that, the child is eating rotten food that is going to hurt their tummy. Before they get to the hospital, please, who is in pain? Who is bearing the pain? Who is the doctor going to be giving injection and shot? Who are they going to be piercing with needle here and there? Is the only when I see men who say that woman is not even worth it, that we go and have several girlfriends, in your mind you think you are hurting the woman. You are like tick. You know tick, egbon, that small insect, the parasite that lives on the skin of dogs that are not well taken care of. You are like tick. In your mind, you think you are sucking the dog and you are killing the dog. You don't know that the day the dog dies, you yourself will die. The day the dog is unalive, the tick too, the end of his life has come, because there is nothing to sustain his life. You think you are hurting somebody else by cheating on them? If only you can see what you are doing to yourself, you realize that that person can only carry pain for a short while. They will be fine, they will get over it. But the consequences of having to intimately engage with certain people, some people will never be able to get over it in life. If you go to a random woman today or a random man today and you have HIV because you want to cheat, you have AIDS, who is going to be carrying the AIDS? Your partner. If you meet a woman today who they've given strong jars to collect everything that the man gets, or a man to collect everything the woman gets, if you have a woman like me, bí mo ṣe máa wò ẹ́ ní 1 naira tèmi ò lè ta mọ́ tiẹ̀ láyé. Bí mo ṣe máa wò ẹ́ ní pé ọ̀gá, you have come home. I said all of that to say You need to realize and understand that life is an individual thing. And until you see your life as an individual journey for yourself by yourself, don't go mixing up your life with somebody else. Leave somebody's son and daughter alone and understand your life. And the moment you do, there are certain things you need to understand about your partner. Some people are not to be messed with. Yes. There are certain things you need to understand about your partner, and you need them to understand about life. Sit down and explain to them, especially when it comes to this faithfulness in marriage. The number of times, the way this thing is so rampant, sometimes I wonder if people understand what they are doing. But no thanks to religion. Religion has presented adultery and fornication as a sin. And just like any other sin, you can ask for forgiveness and you will be forgiven. And all things will pass away and all things will become new. That lie that they told is the reason life is like this. Because you think, oh, even if I do it and my wife catches me, what's the worst that could happen? The other girl will be pregnant. I will carry my family like Yoruba movie. They will come and sit down and tell the wife how good she is and say, Meji, you cannot be angry with children and everybody will be fine and your wife will forgive you. That's what women do. That is all that you think that there is to it. You will ask God for forgiveness. You will ask your wife for forgiveness. That's all. Is if you do not understand that every intimate relationship is a joining of two destinies, you can be building like this, and 5 minutes of pleasure in intimacy can drag your life like this, and then you will spend another 10 years building that thing. If you know that you stand a risk of that, if you have not met, if your partner does not have this level of conviction, you are in trouble. Why? Because if they go and get intimate with somebody, you see how there are STD. You know the full meaning of STD. You see how there are STD. The same way you can define STD as spiritually transmitted destruction. They can transmit into you. They can go and look for trouble somewhere spiritually. I'm a spiritualist. I know what people do with these things. There are some women that are sitting down somewhere using their children. This is not a story. This is a true life experience that I saw with somebody. The person didn't come to me, but while I was on my journey to learn, I saw it. It happened in Ghana while I was with the voodoo priest where I was learning. This woman came. Her daughters has been going through so much in life, and they eventually brought their mother. That was there, I was there. And the woman was saying, hey, when life got really bad for her, men disappointed her here and there, and she decided that she was going to show every man that she meets that life is not the way it is. After she has personally shown the men, she decided to use her own daughters, placed certain voodoo on them. Every person they are intimate with, the portal of their life opens to her. She can access them. Every person those ones are also intimate with, she can access them, and she's drawing out blessings and goodness from them, from the comfort of her home. Except that person is spiritually protected to a certain extent. You don't understand that the physical things of life is a reflection of what is happening spiritually. If HIV can go from this person to this person and that person and that person, the number 20 person that has it did not know the first person it came from, but they have it. If traits can be passed on from one generation to another, both of you, listen to me here. You and your man are intimate. There is a fusion of sperm and egg to form a human being. You think that is all that there is? You think it's just you and them?
that her egg is carrying an entire generation, an entire lineage. Which is why when you give birth to that baby can look like your wife's grand uncle. That baby can act like your grandmother's sister. That is the part of the DNA that they picked. It's not about both of you here alone. If you understand that from physical things, you will know that every intimate union, you are unpacking spiritual DNA to exchange with each other. Then you will carry that one to somebody else again. If they explain this to you like this in church, trust me, you don't. Some of you think these things exist in our mind. I was happy for one thread that I saw on TikTok, on Twitter, when somebody said, I keep hearing that there are certain girls you will get involved with and things will just go down. If you have had this experience, and men were commenting, that's how I met one girl, this one, that one, contract started going. I kept on reading till I could not read again. People were speaking about their experience in an open space. You think all those things are coincidence? And you need to understand the fact that the negative energy of life pushes themselves harder than the positive side of life. Somebody might be asking, when we have intimacy with people, why don't we get the goodness from them? Yes, we do. But the negative side of life pushes harder against humanity than the positive side. Sit down and have this conversation with your partner. See, this is not even about, I don't want it to break my heart. I don't want it to cheat on me. Adultery is a red flag. This is about my life. I tell people around me, see, I am protecting my space jealously. If you go somewhere and carry any negative thing, and I notice it, the way I will fling you, even my staff, I tell them, if you get involved with somebody, and then you come to work and we are beginning to see the effect in the things you are doing, it is a no-no for me. You don't know how long it took me to build this thing. I have something, I have where I'm going, and I've already timed where I'm going to. Guard your life jealously like that. Let your partner understand where you stand spiritually. It's not just about going on dates and wearing and cool and wearing same thing and coming to TikTok to do couple goals. And this is how your ancestors treated marriage, which is why when Yoruba people and across Africa are getting married, they find out about that family. They dig information about that family, because it's not just you people, it's a combination of two lineages, two legacies. And what brings that combination is not the ceremony, it's the intimacy. So whether you are intimate in the context of marriage or not, how many of you go and find out about the person you are going to sleep with before you sleep with them? How many of you dig out their information to say, Iyanifa, please help me find out? No, you just come back from club and you see somebody and you just follow them. Like a dog and a goat and a chicken. You just... This is not religion. This is not morality. This is your spiritual life. This is your destiny. This is you as a person. Marriage is not compulsory. You would rather do your life alone than to allow somebody else joining with you, make you this way. Self-acquisition. Mr. People once said self-acquisition of wahala. Somebody says, Iyanifa, have you been this very wise and matured from the beginning, or you gained all this from your journey in life? I respect you a lot for this wisdom you are displaying. When people tell me that, I always say this. First of all, if I'm Elédùmarè, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn Aláṣẹkù. But you see, this person you are looking at today is a combination of the father and the mother that physically produced me. If you people had the opportunity to experience my daddy, that man was a walking encyclopedia of wisdom. When my father stopped going to church, pastors in church will come and visit my dad to say, we did not see you in church today. One of them kept on coming. And at a point, I told my dad, I said, I don't think this one is coming for visitation again. He was coming to listen to my father teach the Bible from church that he was no longer attending. Yeah, so for me, it is, how will I put it? It is hereditary. It was his upbringing. I grew up with people that helped me to internalize things, question things, understand things, and break it down. Plus, there are some abilities that you are born with. The families that I come from are highly intelligent people. Like, growing up with us, right, you will be intimidated because you know what I'm saying. And my father will teach you to build it. I told you, for those of you that have watched my story of my journey from being a pastor to being an Ifa priestess, one of the things that encouraged me to come into Ifa was because while I was growing up, I had questions. I questioned a lot of things. There were so many imbalances in the Bible and in church sermons. And my parents created an enabling environment for me to be able to voice those things and talk about it, despite the fact that we'll still go to church next week Sunday. So when we question things and we analyze things while I was growing up, it wasn't from a place of attacking something or defending something or hating on something. No. It was from a place of this thing genuinely had questions and we genuinely needed answers. And between now and when we get answers, we will still be there. We did not stop going to church, but we had questions. And that continued to lead me to where I would get answers. And with the family I was raised, it was okay to get answers. Anytime I got answers, I would come back and tell my dad, I saw this, we'll sit down, we'll analyze it, we'll break it down. So thank you for the compliment. It's a combination of the way I was born, the way I was raised, and the way I was raised is what has helped me to go through life like this. So many times I ask myself, in this type of situation, what will my daddy have done? What will my daddy have said? Yeah. That is why I'm able to deal with people from the angle of, I don't look at you on the surface. That thing you are displaying on the surface is a reflection of a whole lot of other things that is going on behind. And I want to genuinely know what is going on behind. I said to a couple who came for spiritual therapy, I'm not a therapist, but to the best of my ability as an Ifa priestess, I try to help people in that regard. And I told the man, I said, is it possible for you to walk into a room and see your wife with another man in bed and sit down there and wait for them to be done? Or, of course, they will get uncomfortable and they will stand up. And you should ask your wife what happened. Like, I need to know what happened. Like, how did you get to that point? And the man looked at me like, what are you saying? I will not even be. I said, but do you know that sin that you saw can 1,001 things could have led to that sin that you saw, that your brain will not even think about it? As married people, as normal adults, can you normalize when things happen to sit down with people and say, okay, we have seen the action. Can I find out why this happened, how this happened? I'm asking you, I don't need you to lie to me. I just want to know, because I know you. I will not expect you to do this. So something must have informed what you did. Is it because you no longer love me? You no longer want this relationship? Do you prefer them? Say it. I just want to know. I want to know. I don't know of any other person. I want to know. I just want to know where these things are coming from. And be truthful. Let's talk about it, because something must have led to that. People just don't end up in each other's bed. People just don't fall into each other's bed. there would have been some communication. Where did it come from? What is it? And when you are going to explain to me from a truthful place, because especially me as a person, the capacity that I hold, I might just know when you're lying. So just tell the truth. And the man looked at me. He said, no, you see this thing that you're saying is true. When I was younger, this thing and this thing and this thing happened. And the man just went to take his stick and he hit it on his wife. And then by the time they started to investigate the situation, they found out that the man was actually holding something against her. He was blackmailing her with something that had to do with her husband. And to hold on to the blackmail and not let the story go out, she has had to be sleeping with the man constantly. And the man sat down here to see her. So this is what my wife had. Yes, there are so many options of how things can play out in life that your brain cannot think about. It's just life. You will never know if you do not give it a chance to be spoken. Especially in the institution of marriage. Your partner is not your enemy. That every little thing you are attacking and defending. Every little thing. People will cook up stories about your partner. Will manufacture different things. You are always the first to believe it. If that is the way you feel about them, what are you doing with them? Your partner should feel comfortable enough to be able to tell you when they genuinely make mistakes. When they find themselves going down, you should be the first person they call to say, please help me. I thought this thing was going to be normal. I thought this conversation was going to be normal, but this woman is taking this thing to another level. If you are with a partner who is not that emotionally intelligent, I'm sorry, but I think marriage needs people that are emotionally intelligent. I'm not speaking less of your partner if they cannot handle that. If your partner cannot be that accountability partner and friend for you, find one outside of your home. I don't subscribe to that, but find one. I mean, your partner cannot be everything to you. It's okay to find one. But make sure there is somebody you can talk to say, I'm going down a path that I don't feel cool. Because we know when we are going down that path. Except, of course, you are forced against your will. If you are not forced against your will, you don't end up in somebody's bed without certain things. But marriage, I don't understand. You cannot talk to your partner cannot talk to you. You are hiding something, they are hiding something, and you guys are celebrating 20 years together with Ashwebi. Our definition of that institution differs. My definition is not absolute. But I'm just saying, if you are going to put your life on the line for somebody and something, if the presence of somebody in your life is going to alter every other decision you get to make, if the quality of that person's life is going to determine your own, then you need to pay more attention to it than you're doing right now. You need to put more into it than you're doing right now. You need to protect it spiritually. Because this is a teamwork. Remember, I always tell you, when you are writing your final year project, 5 of you are on the team. The score is not 20% from this person, 20% here, 20% here. No. Your final score in that project is 100% from all of you. On that day, the project manager, or what are they called? Hey God, it's a long time I left school. What do they call your lecturers that handle your project? Your supervisor. On that day, your supervisor is not going to say, what did Shegun contribute? What did Dapo contribute? Thank you so much. What did Wumi contribute? Everything that was contributed is a collective effort, and the score is a collective one. So if Shegun puts in 0 and that affected your score to be 60%. All of you are sharing that 60%. So the moment supervisor gives you certain person, excuse me sir, please, I cannot do project with Shegun. Excuse me sir, you two, you know Shegun, he's not going to do anything. He's not going to do anything. You will vehemently stand there to have that person taken out of your team. You don't want any, because you know that at the end of the day, the score is going to depend on everybody, but it's going to be shared by everybody too. So if a marriage fails, it is not this person failed. Nobody says the wife failed. Nobody says the husband failed. Both of them, the couple failed. They look at both of you as a failure. At least that's how the world is going to see you. So if you understand that institution from that angle, you will make sure that your other partner is also putting their best into it. You will make sure that your other partner wants to be responsible and accountable for their own life. If they don't value their life, they cannot value you. If they do not value their lives, they cannot value you. If that man does not see his body and his destiny as one that needs to be protected from random women, that woman does not see her body and her destiny as something that needs to be protected from random men, how do you think they are going to protect you when it gets right down to it? When they have a choice between stepping out with chief to be able to finish your house that you people are building and staying with the vows of your marriage to be able to protect the uncompleted building you are building. When it gets right down to it, what choice do you think they are going to make? You are dating a girl who the only thing that attracted her to you, the only thing you used to show her that you are a man was money. That's all. The only thing you represent in her life is provider. That's all. That's the kind of marriage you are building. And then you are wondering why she will step out to get extra money. You are sitting down here to say, after everything I've given you, you are still sleeping with my friend because of money. You cannot, have you forgotten you cannot give her everything? People still want more from different sources. You've forgotten that while you were asking her out, there were 3 of you, and you knew those other guys, and you came and you showed that you had more money. That's how you were able to get her. You've forgotten that in this life, somebody will have more than you. And that is what you are settling for marriage. No, I'm just saying. And we wonder why life is going like this. You think the next TikTok video is one that is going to advise you. You know what you are doing. You know what you are doing. And this is your life. The quality of your life from now till the end is determined by what both of you are doing. So if you did not get it right from the start, Ifa is telling you, sit your partner down. Tell them, see, unbiased, let's watch this video together. Go back to my YouTube channel, Iyanifa Ewa TV. In a few hours, the replay of this video will be ready. Sit down with your partner and watch it again. You see this video I'm recording right now, I'm also going to sit with my partner and watch it again, because there's certain things I've said here today that I cannot even remember myself ever thinking about it or saying it. I watch my own videos too after. Because before I start, if there's any prayer I pray, if I don't remember any prayer, there is always one. Iṣẹ́ ẹrúnmọlẹ̀ ni mò ń ṣe, káwọn ẹrúnmọlẹ̀, káwọn òrìṣà, káwọn aláṣẹkù kí Olódùmarè kó gba ẹnu mi sọ̀rọ̀. I'm doing the work of irúnmọlẹ̀. Let them speak through me. So I don't know who needs to hear that. I don't know why we needed to delve into that, but sincerely speaking, there is more to your life than the quality that you are getting out of life, especially with marriage. You deserve more. You deserve more. But what you get is a combination of what both parties are able to put. Nobody is perfect. Perfect is not a word that should even be used in this side of life. There is nothing in this life called perfect, except maybe the universe that Elédùmarè created, maybe. But there is something that is called intentionally good, intentionally responsible, intentionally accountable. Find that and build that with your partner. Stay with that. Be intentional about what you are doing. That person determines the quality of your life. That person determines the outcome of this life for you. Whether you like it or not, that person influences you the most. If you are going to have real peace in this life, that is where it's going to come from. That is, if you find peace outside, that is the only person that is able to disrupt that peace in a way that it would affect you. Your life is literally in the hands of that person. You eat their food, you sleep and wake up with them, you are intimate with them. Your life is in the hand of that person. If people want to get at you, that is the first person they think of going to meet. You don't understand? I'm not a marriage counselor. I'm far from it. When it comes to marriage and relationship, I have had my own fair share of gbas-gbos, up and down, in and out. But if there's one thing, is that I have learned with every step of the way. I ask myself questions. Why did this happen? Why did this happen? How could it have been better? This and this. And every day, like I said, as we are branching off in different parts of life, we are picking tools and experience to help us on our journey. As I work with people here and there, I'm gathering information, I'm gathering knowledge and tools to help on my journey. And I can confidently say that there is a whole lot of improvement that I have seen with my current relationship. I've been able to apply a lot of all of these things, and I've seen them real life, hands-on, saying, oh, this is how this works, this is how this works. Emphasis on as long as both of you are on the same page. Marriage is not your responsibility alone, it's both of you. But you can stand up for your partner here and there. Sit down and speak to them. Some of your partners are not open to spirituality the way you are. Take the initiative. You are the spiritual person in your relationship now. Yes, take the initiative. As I mentioned the last live streaming, that this year we are focusing on women in Ifa and ԻΣΕΣΕ. Women in Ifa and ΙΣΕΣΕ. And one of the things I'll be teaching is how to handle your relationship, marriage relationship, whether friendship, relationship between you and your children, whether relationship between you and your other siblings. I'm in your WhatsApp DM. I need that stimulation. Yeah, when I'm done. I can't respond to you while I'm on the live streaming. You will learn it as a woman. As a woman, you are able to handle the most difficult man, quote and unquote, difficult. You are able to, you see, men don't know how to help themselves when it comes to their emotions, their mental health, their psychological life, traumas that they've been through, things, baggages that they are packing. Men are not well equipped to be able to handle that. The whole masculine energy is not well equipped when you are comparing men with women to be able to handle that. But women, we are born with that ability to handle those things. And that is the part that you now play in your relationship. You are able to, if you learn it, you are able to look through your man and see him beyond this mask that the world has taught him to wear. An average man is raised to wear a mask. Even as a child, he wants to cry. Stop crying. Why are you crying like a girl? Don't you be obìnrin? Men don't cry like that. Everybody raised them and trained them to mask a lot of things. Now, when you tell a child, a boy child, to stop crying like a girl, men don't cry. Men don't sulk. You are not dealing with the reason he's crying. Something is informing those tears. There is a pain he's feeling that brings those tears. You never dealt with the pain. You are not stopping the pain from happening. You are not teaching him another way to handle or express that pain. You are telling him that the default that he knows he should not. So every time, that pain is still going to come back. That thing that made him cry yesterday can still happen to him again. But this next time when it happens, he's confused of how to express it. But he doesn't cry. He has to build something. He has to look for something else to be able to handle that pain, because pain will always come. And he has been told several times that tears is not going to do it. So he now starts to learn to mask it. Oh, men are supposed to do this. Oh, men are not supposed to do this. But you are not teaching them how else to do it. Okay, a man should not do this. So what should a man do? Oh, a man can do this and this and this and this and that. Nobody teaches them what the alternative is. Nobody tells them why they don't have to do it. Nobody tells them nothing. You just say, don't do this. When you tell a child don't eat in the living room, you have not provided an alternative to where to eat. The only thing that child will make sure is that next time they are eating, they don't see you. Because today you said don't eat in the living room. Tomorrow you said don't eat in the kitchen. The day after you said don't eat in the room. The default of that child is to hide from you when you are eating. Because in their mind, we don't know where else we are going to eat that they will complain. Let me just lock the door of the toilet and be eating there. Or let me just quickly eat and wipe my mouth. I don't want anybody to see that I'm eating, so that they don't have to ask me, where did I eat? That is the mask that so many men are carrying. And they bring it to everything in life. And they've come to marry you, another person's daughter. And they are not bad people. You need to understand that. That is the way they were raised. That is their own way of processing all of this half information and misinformation they were given. But you as a woman, you have the ability to see beyond that mask. And to understand, oh, this is where he's coming from. He has mommy issues. He has daddy issues. Nobody was listening to him. Life beat him down a lot of times. He was not allowed to cry. If you look at a man, you will understand that those times when he's yelling, he's crying out for help, but not with tears. He's yelling at everybody. He is, you see the way a child sits down and they cry, he's crying with his words, with his attitude. But that shouting comes with ego. So he has chosen that way to express it. He comes back from work and he's scattered up. What's wrong with you? Who is this? What's that? Everybody is running away from him. He's even more angry that people are running away from him. But that's the only way we respond to when people yell at us. He's crying. Something has happened at work. He doesn't want to come home seeing defeated because what? His mother told him, men don't complain. Men cannot fail. Nobody will console you if you fail. You just have to succeed. As a man, you cannot do that. So he's failing at work, but he cannot complain. He's not supposed to be seen as a failure. You cannot tell your wife that, your wife is supposed to be looking at you up like this. How do you tell your wife you're failing? He cannot complain to his boss that these things are too much. I can't handle it. No. And then he comes to you. He cannot cry. He misses the day when he runs to his mommy and he just hugs his mommy and he's crying. The last time he hugged his mommy to cry, the mother pushed him away, slapped him. Your face. What's wrong with you? I did not give birth to a sissy or a weakling and you're crying. That's the way they reacted to him. He's coming back home looking for a woman that he can cry to, but he doesn't know how to express tears, so he's yelling at you. And instead of you to be able to see through that and hear his cry and his tears, you are also being defensive. What's wrong with you? And then you just come and be shouting. See the children. Nobody is here to wait for you. and the only person that he can cry to is not hearing his tears. He just, you know what, the office has done their own, you are doing their own, I'm going outside to my friends. And he just goes there, he drinks, he gets drunk, he comes home and he sleeps, waiting for the next day. You are supposed to be able to see beyond that. And I know social media relationship experts will tell you, it's not your responsibility to see these things and unpack these things and help people with it. It became yours the day you chose to spend the rest of your life with that person. Nobody is hanging it on you. You chose. Emphasis on choose. Except, of course, they forced you into the marriage and they held you there against your will. But if that did not happen, it is your responsibility. It's like somebody saying that if you give birth to a special needs child, it is not your responsibility to take care of them. You brought that child into the world. They are your minors. You are responsible for them, to get them help. If you cannot help them by yourself, you are responsible for going out to seek special help for them, for people that are qualified. The same thing with your husbands. The same thing with the men in your life. Some of you, it might be your fathers, it might be your brothers, it might be your friends who are close to you, who you owe something and they owe you something. These are the things that we'll be teaching. These are the things that we'll be teaching. Learn how to see it. Identify them. Sit them down in times and places and ways they can understand that sin. I see this as a pattern, and I think this might be the problem. Of course, don't expect them to say, yes, it's a problem, I accept it. Expect them to still be defensive, because that is the way they were raised. Continue to talk about it. Let them know the way it is affecting you. Let them know that they can get help. Seek professional help for them. If they are open to it, it's okay. If they are not, it gets to a time when you are able to look into their face and say, you know what, I know you have a problem. You are a good person, but I know there are some things that are fundamentally wrong. I have explained to you in every way humanly possible till we got to this point. I have given you the option of getting help, but if you do not get help, I am unable to continue this journey with you. Not because I don't love you, but because I don't want to constantly be the one receiving these things that I did not make. And it's okay at that point to say, you know what, I can no longer do this. But that is coming from you identifying it and genuinely helping them because they're a part of your life. And women carry a lot of that more. That shows the way the female energy is designed. To see these things, to understand these things. A mother can look at her child that is smiling and tell there's something wrong. And everybody's like, he has been playing since morning. I know my son. He's not, there's something going on. That is the way a woman is designed. So as we go through these classes in Women in Ifa and ÌṢÄШE, you'll be learning these things. How to be able to see beyond what is going on with the men in your life. It's not just about husbands. So don't think, whether you want to be married or not is your choice. This is about the men in your life. At least if you don't have a man that you are dating or married to, you have a father, you have brothers, you have men in your life that are significant, that are a huge part of your life, and you want to see them be better people so that they can also treat you in a better way. We'll be learning this as we go on through the year for Women in Ifa and ÌШÄШE. Ifa says discipline and patience are the key to fulfillment. We've talked about that. Ifa says good character in both partners produces the blessings of the relationship. Ifa says blessings grow where there is consistency. Blessings grow where there is consistency. Let me read the comments. Somebody says, Abinibi is completely different from ability. Now I understand you perfectly. Mr. Yomi Eshe and Dr. Yomi Eshegoni. Golden Light says, for real, if only we knew the consequences. Exactly. Exactly, ma. This is why some of our black men end up in mental institutions, nowhere to express their emotions, but to hold it up and man it up. And that is why even those that don't end up in mental institutions, see the way they treat their fellow men, see the way they treat their wives, see the way they treat their children, see the way they treat their parents, see the way they are daily happening in the society. A lot of things are fundamentally out of place. And if we do not extend the hand of mercy, that's the word I'm looking for, to them, kindness to them, we would all be thinking, I mean, what is going on right now in the society? A lot of people who do not understand what feminism means. There are just very few people that understand what it means. The rest of the people that are there think that it is a war between men and women. A man is acting like this. Look at the way men are behaving. Can we first of all start by asking ourselves, why are men behaving like this? Where did it go wrong? Where did we come from? I would prefer if the bunch of social media feminists are talking more about talking to women to raise better men, talking to mothers on how to raise better boys. Leave those that understand feminism to do it. You don't know jack about what that thing means. You are not even healed enough to talk about that topic. It's okay. You focus on the fact that we do not want to raise another generation of men like the one you are angry with. And we do not want to raise the next generation of women to be angry with men. You focus on that. We need a lot of more people speaking about that. As women, you are coming out as a feminist to say men are this, men are that. What are you doing with the boys that you're raising? What are you doing with your own brothers? The way you are complaining about men or something, one woman is out there complaining about your own brother that you can talk to, that you have refused to talk to. Your friends that are men, what are you saying to them? What are you doing with them? Somebody is on TikTok live stream. The person says, I rebuke you, devil woman. Okay. But I'm still standing here, I'm still speaking. So that power you are using to rebuke is not working. I want to see that your power of rebuking, I want to see it in action. I want that power to carry this live streaming away. So we will be sure that you have power to rebuke. Because you don't want us to rebuke you. If we rebuke you, your mommy and your daddy wọ́n máa sáré kàbàkàbà from east to west. Wọn ò ní rí ṣe. O máa wẹ orí lódò, o ò ní rí wẹ̀ mọ́. Don't let's be the one to rebuke you. Because if the combination of gbogbo àwa tá a lo ọ̀já yìí, if we decide to rebuke you, àánú abiyamọ ló ń ṣe wá. Káwọn tó ní ẹ lè bá jèrè ẹ, don't let us rebuke you. Don't come to my live stream and be typing nonsense. Apply sense when you are typing. Because you are rebuking now, we are still here. We are not going anywhere. We will still be here tomorrow and the day after and years after. As long as Elédùmarè preserves our life, you're rebuking you cannot even change the air that we are breathing in. So on behalf of you, on behalf of the Abiyamo of this world, the women of this world that pushed you forth, on behalf of the woman that brought you into this world, who doesn't want to weep over you, move out of my live stream, So we need to focus on these things. You need to be able to apply this wisdom to your life. The quality of your life needs to increase as you have come into the knowledge of Ifá. You need to apply this to your life. And if there is any significant part of your life that this needs to be applied to, it should be starting with your marriage. Is that okay? It's a long journey to be able to fix another, I don't mean fix, but to be able to handle another different human being. If there's any prayer I pray for my partners who are on the path of Ifá and their own partners are not. I mean my clients who are on the path of Ifá and their own partners are not. One prayer that I pray for them is that your own partner comes to the full knowledge of this divine wisdom. Because when both of you are in this place and you are living your life from this place, life gets very effortless. Both of you recognize Ifá, understand Ifá, and follow the principles of Ifá, life gets very effortless. So to everybody out there who has found this light, who have come back to their roots, who have come back to their source, and your partners have not, ìwúre that I make for you is that Ifá afinimọ̀nà ọmọ aráyé, Ifá fi ọ̀nà hàn àwọn ọkọ yín àti ìyàwó yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè.
Àṣẹ.
Ẹsẹ̀ wọn á gbé wọn débi tí ọ̀rọ̀ Ifá, ibi tí àṣẹ tó wà nínú Ifá wà, á gbé wọn débẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè.
Àṣẹ.
Every one of them that is still lost in the ignorance of life, their Odi will bring them back home and bring them to the truth of what life is. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè.
Àṣẹ.
And it will become easy and effortless for you and your partner to practice what was handed over to your ancestors in truth and in life. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè.
Àṣẹ.
And for everybody that is still single, unmarried, Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, your Ori will direct you to that person you are going to do your destiny with, and will help them to be able to stay aligned with you on this course of life. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè.
Àṣẹ.
We look forward to a time where people will look at the lives of Ifá devotees who are married and look at their lives and their marriages as an example for this world. Elédùmarè á jẹ́ kó ṣeé ṣe with me and you. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè.
Àṣẹ.
Àwọn tó láyé, àwọn tó nílẹ̀, àwọn tó ṣílẹ̀kùn ọjọ́ ìní, wọ́n máa darapọ̀ mọ́ gbéyàwó wa, wọ́n á darapọ̀ mọ́ ẹbí wa, wọ́n á kọ́ wa mọ̀ ṣe. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè.
Àṣẹ.
In the institution of marriage, àwọn aláṣẹkù wọ́n á ṣe tiwa láṣepé. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè.
Àṣẹ.
Ọ̀ṣun ṣẹ̀ǹgẹ̀ṣẹ́ olóòyàn ayọ̀ ládékojú ẹbọra tí ń gbé nínú omi ẹ̀wùjí alágbolódò, òrìṣà ìfẹ́ tí Elédùmarè gbé ìfẹ́ lé lọ́wọ́, the òrìṣà that Olódùmarè has put in charge of love and relationship and everything in between it, will pour her love of honey into the marriages, relationships and the homes of every one of us. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè.
Àṣẹ.
Ibi tó bá kù díẹ̀ káàtó nínú ilé wa, nínú ìgbéyàwó wa, nínú ayé ọkọ wa, Ifá torí ẹni tí ò sunwọ̀n ṣe á tún orí tiwa ṣe níbẹ̀, á bá wa tún ṣe. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè.
Àṣẹ.
Ifá afinimọ̀nà á fọ̀nà hàn wá. Every changes that we need to make on ourselves, on our partners, Ifá torí ẹni tí ò sunwọ̀n ṣe á bá wa tún ṣe. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè.
Àṣẹ.
Àwọn ìyá mi tó láyé, àwọn tó nílẹ̀, àwọn abiyamọ ayé, àwọn abiyamọ ọ̀run, wọ́n á wá dúró tì wá, wọ́n á bá wa ṣe tiwa láṣepé. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè.
Àṣẹ.
Àní tójú ayé mọ́lẹ̀ o. Àwọn tó láyé ò ní bínú sí wa, wọn ò ní bínú sí gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń ṣe. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Call your sister.
Àṣẹ.
Àwọn tó láyé, àwọn tó nílẹ̀, wọn ò ní bínú sí wa, wọn ò ní bínú sí gbogbo ìgbésẹ̀ tá a bá gbé nínú ìgbéyàwó wa. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè.
Àṣẹ.
Ọgbọ́n, ìmọ̀, òye, ìfẹ́, ìfọkànbalẹ̀, sùúrù, ìdùnnú àti ayọ̀ tá a nílò láti bá ọkọ àtaya wa lò débi ojú àmì ibi tí ìfẹ́ ti ń rẹ́pọ̀, tẹ́lẹ́dùmarè ti ń ṣèyàn ní ọ̀rẹ́ ara wọn kalẹ̀, àwọn tó láyé, àwọn tó nílẹ̀, wọ́n á fi ṣe nírọ̀rùn fún wa. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè.
Àṣẹ.
Ìwúre táwọn ọmọ káàárọ̀ òjíire máa ń wú níjọ́ téèyàn bá ṣègbéyàwó ni pé k'Elédùmarè ṣe yín lọ́rẹ́ ara yín kalẹ̀. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àtọkọ yín ni o, àtaya yín ni o, ètójọkùnrin, ètójóbìnrin nínú wa, Elédùmarè máa ṣe àwa àti ọkọ àtaya wa, wọ́n á ṣe wá lọ́rẹ́ ara wa kalẹ̀. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè.
Àṣẹ.
Bá a bá wá rẹ́ni tó wà nílé olórogún, ọkọ ti fẹ́yàwó méjì, ó ti fẹ́yàwó mẹ́ta, sùúrù, àlàáfíà, ìdùnnú, ìlera pípé, ayọ̀, ajé, ọlá, ọlà àti àìkú tí ń ṣe baálẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀, Elédùmarè máa fi sáàárín yín. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè.
Àṣẹ.
Ogun wàhálà, ogun ìdààmú lọ́tún lósì lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ìgbéyàwó, Elédùmarè ò ní jẹ́ kó jẹ́ tiwa. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè.
Àṣẹ.
Gbogbo bá a ṣe wá ń gbìyànjú tá à ń ṣe, àní ṣe lásán.
Àṣẹ.
Gbogbo bá a ṣe ń gbìyànjú tá à ń ṣe, àní ṣe lásán. Àní kábàámọ̀ nídìí ẹ̀, àní kan ìkorò tó wà nídìí ẹ̀. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. As we are making effort to grow our relationship and our marriages, àní ṣe lásán. We will not do it in vain. We will not put in effort. Our efforts will not be wasted over our partners, over our relationship, over our marriage. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Gbogbo ẹni tí wọ́n wá ti fi ìdánwò àṣedànù lórí ìgbéyàwó tó ti fi dán yín wò, gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń rógun àmúbọ́ ogun àṣedànù lórí ọkọ lórí aya ni láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ifá torí ẹni tí ò sunwọ̀n ṣe á bá yín tún ṣe.
Àṣẹ.
Gbogbo ẹbọ tẹ́ ẹ ní láti ṣe tó máa darí gbogbo ibi àti ajógún yẹn kúrò lọ́nà yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àwọn tó láyé àwọn tó nílẹ̀ wọ́n á gbẹbọ yẹn lọ́wọ́ yín.
Àṣẹ.
Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè èmi àti yín ò ní rógun àmúbọ́mọ́.
Àṣẹ.
Àní rógun àṣedànù mọ́.
Àṣẹ.
Àní rógun àṣetì mọ́.
Àṣẹ.
Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè àwọn tó ti wà nínú ayé wa gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọkọ àtaya tó bá yẹ pé àwọn lẹ́lẹ́dàá rán wa sí tọkọ wa mọ́ àásọ̀rí ara wa kalẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Tá a bá wá rẹ́ni tó ti gbé egun eléegun, tá a bá rẹ́ni tó ti fọ́kọ ọlọ́kọ tó ti fáya láya, Ifá atórí ẹni tí ò sunwọ̀n ṣe, Ifá afinimọ̀nà á fọ̀nà hàn yín jáde níbẹ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọn àwọn àgbẹ̀ yín lọ sọ́dọ̀ ọkọ tiyín, lọ sọ́dọ̀ ìyàwó tiyín tẹ́ ẹ ti máa nífọ̀kànbalẹ̀, ìdùnnú, ayọ̀, ajé, ọlá tẹ́yìn náà ti wá padà wá tẹ́ ẹ wá máa ṣẹnu rere yin awo táwo máa yin Ifá tífá máa yin Elédùmarè fún yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè.
Àṣẹ.
Èyí tá a wí lénìí àṣẹ ti rọ̀ mọ́, àṣẹ ti gùn, arọ̀ ti rọ̀ mọ́, ó ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀, ó ti ṣẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ ọ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè.
Àṣẹ.
We have come to the end of this live streaming for today. Odù Ifá Iwori Meji ni Odù Ifá tá a kọ́. We learned a lot from this Odù Ifá, trust me. Even me that I'm sitting down here, I learned a lot. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè àwọn ọmọ tá à ń tọ́, àwọn ọmọ tá à ń bí, wọn ò ní ti ilé ọkọ kan lọ sọ́dọ̀ ọkọ kan. Wọn ò ní ṣàṣedànù, wọn ò ní ṣí ẹsẹ̀ gbé, wọn ò ní gbé egun eléegun. Gbogbo ilé táwọn ọmọ wa bá wọ̀ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè wọ́n máa fàyè gbà wọ́n níbẹ̀. Àwọn tó láyé àwọn tó nílẹ̀ á fàyè gbà wọ́n. Lórí àwọn ọmọ wa a ní ṣèdààmú lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ìgbéyàwó wọn. Ọmọ aráyé ò ní fi ìgbéyàwó àwọn ọmọ wa wọn ò ní fi dà wá láàmú láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. For those of us that have children, our children will not make wrong choices when it comes to relationship and marriage. Our children will not enter into the wrong family. As they decide to get married, the family that they step into, that family will accept them as their own. They will find love there. They will find fulfillment there. They will find peace there. They will find another set of parents there that will love them and raise them with pure and true love. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. As those families are coming together, it will bring an expansion of joy, an expansion of fulfillment. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. We will not struggle. We will not go through any pain and stress over the marriage and the relationship of our children. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. For those of you that have grown children that are already married and they are experiencing unpleasant situation, constant toxicity in their marriage, Ifá will guide them aright. Oshun will give peace into their homes. Ifá will guide them aright. Oshun will bring peace to their homes. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. In everything that they do, they will find peace. They will find joy. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. And as your daughters are also bringing home men to become a son to you, as your sons are also bringing on daughters from another angle of life to become daughters to you, the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding you need to help them grow that new family. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, Ifá fi fún wa. Àwọn tó láyé á fi fún wa. Àwọn tó nílẹ̀ á fi fún wa. Àwọn tó ń bínú ẹni wọn ò ní fìgbéyàwó wa dà wá láàmú. Àwọn tó dúró sínú òkùnkùn tó ń ta ọfà sínú ìmọ́lẹ̀ wọn ò ní fìgbéyàwó wa wọn ò ní fi dà wá láàmú. Every negativity that is targeted against our relationships, our marriages, our partners, our children's marriages and their own partners, láṣẹ Èdùmàrè á padà lọ síbi tó ti rán wọn. Gbogbo ọfà tí ọmọ aráyé ti ta nítorí ìgbéyàwó tiwa àtàwọn ọmọ wa ó máa padà sórí ẹni tó gbé. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Gbogbo ẹrù ọ̀ràn tó ti tìtorí wa dì, tó ti tìtorí àwọn ọmọ wa dì, ẹni tó di ẹrù ọ̀ràn báyìí òun ni kó máa forí ara ẹ̀ gbé. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Òṣèṣẹ̀ǹgẹ̀ṣẹ̀ will pour out her love into every relationship and experience that we have. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. And with that marriage, with that relationship, gbogbo eré téèyàn nírí nílé ọkọ, gbogbo eré tọkùnrin ní nítorí pé ó fẹ́ yàwó, Elédùmarè á jẹ́ ká kó gbogbo eré gbogbo yẹn délé. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Lódindi báyìí òun la máa ríre yẹn gbà. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Kí ló dé tí mo ṣe fọ́kọ yìí? Kí ló dé tí mo ṣe fẹ́ yàwó yìí? Kí ló dé tí mo ṣe kan lágbájá àti tàmẹ̀dù yìí? Kò ní tẹnu tiwa jáde. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Èyí tí mo wí lénìí àbá ni mo dá o, òrìṣà òkè ti bá wa fàṣẹ sí. Ó ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀, ó ti ṣẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ o, láṣẹ Èdùmàrè.
Àṣẹ.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We are so grateful for having you on the live streaming today. For those of you that join in late or you want to play this with your partner, don't forget to go to our TikTok channel, Iyanifa Ewa TV on TikTok. In a few hours, you'll be able to catch the replay of this live streaming. Láṣẹ Èdùmàrè àní gbọ́ lásán. Kífá ó bá wa ṣe, k'Elédùmarè ó bá wa ṣe. Àwọn tó ṣàwó kù sẹ́yìn, ó bá wa ṣe. Àní kífá ó bá wa ṣe, k'Elédùmarè ó bá wa ṣe. Àwọn tó ṣàwó kù sẹ́yìn, ó bá wa ṣe. One of my clients sent in video of her children making Iwori. They were reading from the Iwori book that their mother has bought from Ifá College, written by me, Iyanifa Ewa. And when they finished the Iwori, they sang this song. Kífá ó bá wa ṣe, k'Elédùmarè ó bá wa ṣe. Àwọn tó ṣàwó kù sẹ́yìn, kó bá wa ṣe. And it gave me a lot of joy to see us raising our children this way. I beg of you, if you have not bought that book, Ibashe, head over to the website ifacollege.ng. Click on the top right corner, the 3 buttons on the right. It will take you to the menu. You will see the book, Ibashe. Can you get it on Amazon? I'm just telling you how to get it now. It is available on our website, ifacollege.ng. Please, somebody should type the website in the comment section, ifacollege.ng. When you get to the website, you are able to read the different packages that the book comes in, the different packages and the different other perks that comes with the book. So depends on the package you pick. Order the book, get it. It comes in Yoruba and English. It comes in audio copy too. You are able to listen to it and learn. And it comes with all of the other teachings on how to apply it. And if you get the VIP package, I don't need to tell you what is there. Go to the website and see. People that that ordered for the VIP package, they are already getting the benefits that comes with it. We have updated that book again. The first one that you got was the one that you got. For those on the VIP package, we have already updated it, added more IBA to it. And once we update, they will always be the first to get the updates. Right now, the only ones to get the update too. So head over to the website. Women in Ifá and ÌṢÄШE, women in Ifá and ÌŞÄШE, there is a lot we are going to learn this year as women. You are going to get in touch with your spirituality. You are going to get in touch with your physical self. You are going to get in touch with yourself financially to connect with the orishas, those female orishas that stand and sit with money. There is a reason it's like that. The people that Olódùmarè gave this earth to, they are women. There is a reason that is like that. As a woman in Ifá and ÌṢÄШE, I can beat my chest to it that you have not yet uncovered 20% of what Olódùmarè intended for the female gender. And that is the journey we are taking you through this year. So you would receive further announcement, but start first of all by signing up for the 30-day transformational journal for women in Ifá and ÌШÄШE. Sign up for that and then we will take it up from there. Ẹ ṣé gan ni o, adúpẹ́ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ire báyìí la máa bára wa ṣe. Wákàtí 3 láti fi wà ńbí. Ẹ ṣé gan ni, adúpẹ́ o. Ifá gbè wá, Ìṣẹ̀ṣe á gbè wá. Àwọn alálẹ̀ ilẹ̀ yìí wọ́n á bá wa ṣe tiwa láṣẹ pé o, láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Búkì Adésanwó.